Hello, 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 everyone. Oh, sorry we're a bit late today. I did the classic of turning it on and just immediately heard crackling. I was like, let's get this sorted before streaming today. Let's just, for once, let's be nice for once. To not stress out on camera about the whole thing. Yeah, that must suck. I have not, had to deal with quitting smoking, but, I've never heard it's an easy thing. But you've got us here. We've got Mass Effect. We've got good old sexy Samara here rooting for you. Oh no. Yeah, that's rough trying to just get it all in one go. Hi there, Red Heart. Thank you for joining. Let's see if Karl is on Discord yet. Right. No, he's in. I think.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, he's underwater somewhere.
Let me unplug and replug back in 1 sec.
We've found Karl. He is located in the ocean.
There we go. Is that
Oh, now he's gone to the robot tap.
one more time? More time?
What? Try again.
How about now?
Oh, that sounded better.
Okay. Are you sure? We're good? I don't want to speak too loudly in case it's like, obnoxious.
No, it seems okay. Just try again talking.
Yeah, no problem. This is me talking, making sure I'm not underwater.
There we go. That sounds a lot better now.
Okay, just did the classic, unplugged it and replugged it in 3 times.
I'm very excited, Red Hot, to see that new One Piece art style in 5 years when that arc finishes and I watch it.
And I'm like, is this for the new season?
Yeah, apparently just saying that the new art style is really nice. But obviously, I'm doing that classic thing I tried to do with Wano of if not, let it get to the end before watching it, at least let a lot build up.
Yeah. The thing is for me as well, I keep getting all those things like, hey, they released a new One Piece thing, you should go watch. I'm like, yeah, but they're using AI to make it.
Wait, what?
They're making basically One Piece Kai.
I thought that was all being animated by the studio that did Attack on Titan or whatever.
There's a bunch of stuff they've released of saying oh yeah, we're using AI for backgrounds and stuff. And it's like, fuck's sake. The Coast did it as well. They released a statement saying explicitly, we will not use AI for any of our artwork. And then a week later, we're using AI for backgrounds. And they said, whoopsie doopsie, it was an accident. The company we hired used that AI.
It was an accident. We accidentally clicked pay the AI people, and we accidentally fired 1,000 people, and we accidentally thought we could get away with it all.
Whoopsie doopsie.
Oh no.
It's like when I got that email from that company, it's like, hey, we can train an AI on your content and then release just videos of you not doing anything. I went, that sounds monstrous. Please delete my contact info.
Yeah. Speaking of, just AI generated content, look at all these Cades.
AI, so you could have infinite Cades, Lucas. Wouldn't you rather just have AI generated Cades instead of engaging with the pet that you love?
You know what is incredible though? So I watched a TikTok the other day, and yes. It was an episode of QI. And the episode of QI was our social media team figured out what our top gifts are. And it showed the top 5 gifts that they've got and the amount of views that they've got.
Yeah.
And in that ranking, Cade's top gift would be number 4. And I was like, yes, Cade, he's breaking into getting above QI levels of gift viewing.
I often think that, Joe, when I go to cause I live in Sheffield and I go past City Hall or something like that, and I look at this artist is playing or whatever, I think I got more fans than them.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember like when I checked and like, I have more followers on it, like on Twitter than baked beans.
Of course, you went straight for the baked beans.
Obviously, like, you know, more people like baked beans. Well, the fact that baked beans just have less followers on Twitter than me was very funny.
You know what? I'm gonna put Samara and Miranda together, and just Miranda when she's gonna be like, "Well, I was constructed to be the perfect biotic." I'm just gonna look at Samara like, "Yeah, yeah."
Your eyes.
We're getting so evil.
Yeah, never fix it.
I want to fix it at some point. Before the end of the game, I want to fix it.
Before the end of the game, yeah. Until then, it's really funny.
The barbarian. I love just like seeing like everyone's like still just guess what? There's so much like so much Baldur's Gate. It's like we were talking about it earlier of Karl just being like there's so many runs I just can't stop.
Yeah, never stop.
Right, yeah. Oh yeah, heavy warp or unstable warp. Do heavy warp. Just warp. I only find like normally you get into a fight and there's like the one person that you need to use warp on. There's always like the one person that has like armor and stuff on them, and it's okay. Just go. And the juice to car.
Look at her. Fuck you.
The thing is though, like it's funny because like obviously the main thing I've seen shared about Baldur's Gate is the early goblin camp. So like to me, every person in the game that you speak to is like 3 fucking feet tall anyway. I love that. Yeah, the collector's soul rifle.
Excuse me, my sources indicate you were in a warehouse recently. Did you by any chance forward a questionable shipping note to a Mr. Thax?
Yeah, I mean,
what's it to you?
That very much sounds like a college of like, well, yeah, if it starts on Tuesday, you'll hear probably by Tuesday. We think. I was just listening to a podcast where someone was like, oh yeah, so I signed up for 2 modules, and now that I've found out when my modules are, they're both at the exact same time. And now my uni's telling me that I might not have enough credits to, like, do a different module anymore.
Yep.
It's like, so you let me book these, you let me double book my modules, and now I'm fucked. Yeah, that sounds...
I'm paying you 50 grand a year to figure it out.
It's like, yeah, we are getting into, like, lifelong debt, and the unis are just like, you can double book if you want. We'll tell you when we figure that out later, don't worry.
I've booked in for like a house viewing, like when are you free? And it's like, you know, with reasonable like notice, but I do work, beware. Are you free tomorrow? They send me at 6 o'clock at night. It's like, no.
I'm a representative.
It's like
I'm looking to buy a house. Do you really think someone can buy a house? You'd buy a house as of like a day off on a Wednesday.
Yeah, we were meant to move into a flat a while ago, a few years back, before like we moved into this place, and we were moving in on the Monday morning, and then on Friday night, as they left the office, clearly, because it was like 5 minutes past 6, they just sent an email going, oh, by the way, we've failed the safety check on the gas in the apartment, you can't move in.
It's like, what do you expect me to do with that information?
It's like they had to rush us into another apartment like a day after, because we were just like,
I remember that, yeah.
Our lease runs out in a few days, you know. Like, we haven't got a spare flat that we're renting. Like, we've got till this end date, and we haven't renewed our lease because you fucking said you had a flat for us to move into. And they're just like, yeah, guess what? As we leave on a Friday night and we won't reply till Monday morning when you're meant to move in, we're just going to tell you. It's like, great. Like, what if we were moving out on that Monday Because, you know, we've
It's
been
good as well.
told we had a place to live.
It's not like as well you're paying those people to figure this stuff out. Like they charge you like £400.
Yeah. All those admin fees.
It was my pleasure.
Have a
So that was
pleasant
from the Samara mission of like, oh,
I have a message
did you
from
like
Miss Lawson.
slip a
I'm
note to
10%
somebody
proof that
containing
he will be
information? Like,
waiting.
here's just some
Thank you,
credits and nice shit for you.
And Miranda's like, "What's that for?" And it's like, "Shut up, you're not paid to think."
Are you okay?
Don't
I'm
worry,
not paid at all.
it was most definitely a Cerberus thing, don't worry.
That's what they say. It's like you're not paid to think. It's like I'm not paid at all. It's like that's what I said.
No, you don't understand. I lost it somewhere near the...
25. Sell at 25.
No,
God.
You're in like the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, come on.
Of course, it's
Bye,
the
bye.
Volus. Like, come on, please. I
But it's
believe
all
this
in
is the
the-
woman.
Shepard? I
Oh,
thought you were
yeah.
dead.
I think this is a woman to start Miranda's loyalty mission.
Why not talk to
Shepard?
her? Give it a go.
The news said you were dead. What happened? No, wait, probably classified. Forget I asked. You just have to lie. It's been a couple of years. I'm Gianna Parasini, Novaria Internal Affairs. You helped me nail
There
Administrator
should
Alvarez.
100% just be like a dialogue option where it's like, no, I did die. Here's the story. Like, nothing's actually restricted at all.
Just make sure they I got hit by a car.
It's like, look at my face. It looks like I've died.
How do they recognise you with your glowing evil eyes? Never forget as well, like people praise
I
this
recall
game for having an
correctly,
interesting
Miss
morality
Parasini.
system, and you just study it with
You owe me a
demon
beer.
eyes.
That I do. Have a seat.
Yeah, so this is the woman from Novaria.
What brings you to Ilium? You know,
In the
that we can
first
talk
game,
about.
and we helped her like catch and like, you know, ostracize this person that was just being a dickhead.
Oh yeah, fair. You should be like, yeah, I'm buying fish.
It's classified. I need the fish. But I'm not letting anyone else know that I'm
Nothing
after
I can
these
talk
fish.
about. No offense,
Yeah,
but no
it's like it's on Game Facts and it's all rare fish. Yeah.
Damn, you're a hard ass. I'd forgotten that.
Also, yeah, thank you. The God of War playthrough was really fun. Like that
Hey,
game
listen,
is
I
just
just remembered something. I've
incredible
gotta
to go
Yeah,
Talk
through.
to you later.
Also
And
ginormous.
don't forget to drink your beer.
Oh, that doesn't look like a beer to me. Oh, okay. She's like,
Sorry.
oh, I owe you a drink. Slides notes across table under drink, and it's like,
That's
I
a
need
really
to go
classy
now.
way- That's a
um,
super classy way of doing that. Of like, hey, don't forget to drink your beer. Wink, wink.
had to leave. Target saw me. Couldn't break cover. Sorry, merchant smuggling schematics from Novaria. Can you talk into the show and get good stuff? Like we can. Like, you know what? We're Commander Shepard. We're pretty good at convincing people.
It's like, suck my balls, Novaria. I do what I want.
Like, the majority of the time, our convincing is just like,
make do.
fuck you, give me shit. But
neural stimulators are compatible with both my suit and a sorry physio.
The people here are asked to
Just point out a
sacrifice
gun in
their
it.
own convictions and beliefs in exchange for a soulless corporate identity. I understand that kind of
Oh.
life would be attractive to some people, but not to me.
Look, some people really like Raid Shadow Legends money, alright? Samara, get over it.
yeah, I guess a lot of people like don't know what isekais are, but they write them by accident because like it's a very common trope in the sense of like it's just essentially, you know, a protagonist being transported to another world, but
Yeah.
it's just that
It's a
anime
very
came
common
up with a
trope.
term for it.
The stranger in a
Just
foreign
so you
land.
know, your
Mhm.
discount is still good, and I'll let you know about any special items that
It's like
might
a
hold
very
your
handy
interest.
way to have people explain to your main character the mechanics of the world.
Yeah. Right, Van. Just you're being watched. Like what?
Do you mean the good?
An internal affairs agent from Novaria is trying to catch you dealing with smuggled
Just
goods.
immediately sell her out.
Sini? Hell, thanks for the warning. I'm gonna get lost and remove some evidence. I'll program the kiosk to offer you a discount, though. Where the hell am I gonna go next, Omega?
That's incredible. It's like instead of actually figuring shit out for her, it's like, oh no, I just sold her out and took the discount.
Oh god damn yeah. Oh Lucas, I've just seen like one of the most. You know, when you look at things, it's like this is obviously for engagement because there's no way they actually think this is a real thing. Then you like think to yourself, people are that stupid. Lucas, who would win in a fight? Joel from The Last of Us, Leon Kennedy.
What, like, old dude with a baseball bat, or a special agent that's fought off, like,
Special agent who fought a
multiple
tyrant.
fucking bioweapons?
Like, keep in mind that Leon has legit taken a hit from a tyrant, and Joel can't beat a blower.
I'll take
If
it.
it was Abby versus Leon, then I'd be thinking, because Abby can take out the Rat King.
I mean, that's true. Like, Abby just benching the Rat King.
I'll still never forget when people said her body type's unrealistic in the opening cutscene and she wakes up and she literally lives in the gym.
She lives in the gym. I can't believe that, like, people just look at every fucking, like, unrealistic body type in gaming and it's been fine until Abby, where they were breaking down the amount of protein that was probably going to be in those burritos to figure out if there was enough protein to get that muscle mass on a human.
So just say you don't like women, it's a lot easier and quicker, and it doesn't waste everyone's time. Why are you
It's
walking so
so much
slow?
easier. I was just
Why
doing
are
the
you walking?
cinematic walk. I was doing the Last of Us walk, where you just like da 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 da.
So when you're in a music video. That does actually look pretty boss. I wish you could like roll your camera around.
That's the thing, I'm trying to roll the camera, but it makes
It's okay.
the character go with the camera too.
It's not like we can get diseases or anything if we go
I love like
natural.
walking toward the camera like a badass and then getting hit by something off screen.
So then I had to.
Oh, there we go. I figured it out now.
Contact. Completely killed the mood.
Not to mention that you're a Quarian. How could he be so insensitive?
Oh.
Listen to that guy try to be a nice guy. Like, I wouldn't treat you like that.
It's okay. I'll think of something.
You said synthetic insights.
I mean, there's multiple games that I've played over the last couple of years where
I assume they
people
would want
became
an AI
dragons,
tech.
but I don't want to specify
Hello,
which ones
can I help
because
you with
then there's
something?
spoilers in there.
Yeah.
There was one that we streamed. I'll just say that much.
Last of Us 2.
It was. Joel just turned into a dragon. That's why people are asking, like, could Dragon Joel beat Leon Kennedy in a fight?
I still think Leon Kennedy would have a good chance against a dragon. He beat you too.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's a question, Lucas. Like, you play. Never got around to playing the Ada DLC. Does U3 ever turn up?
Yes.
Is that where U3 is then the fight? Is in that cutscene? Oh, in that DLC?
Wait, which one's U2?
Sorry, U3 I meant is the
U3. Like, Bono doesn't show up, but U3 does.
Yeah, that's like the second Verdugo.
Yes, yeah. It does show up. It is a boss fight.
Just that. That's like what I figured would.
It isn't the great fight though. It is different. It is essentially like in line with just the end of the fight where you're like in the stone section.
No, that's the thing. I was curious. I completely forgot. Yeah, I never got around to playing that.
Man, you're missing out. That was actually some of the best RE4 content.
I'll get around to it at some point. Like, it'll go on sale for $5.
Fine, more power to
It's only like £8.
Fair. Same thing like the Yuffie DLC. I got around to playing that.
You can't cheap out on just Ada Wong. Just she needs you.
Maybe I'll buy it around my birthday, like February. I'll take like
Ms.
some time off.
Lawson, I'm glad you've made it. We've had a complication. What happened?
It's like, if you tell me
on
you've
her
started
right.
another Baldur's Gate
She's fine,
playthrough, I'm just
but
going to be like,
you
Carl,
listed a
stop
man
it, get
named
to
Niket
Ada.
as your trusted source.
Might have to go
Contact
romance a
warning
Starry
that
on
your
there.
father
It's
was
literally
sending
only a
his
few
mercenaries
hours,
to
like
make a
it's
sweep.
one night, you know
He
what I mean?
suggested that the mercs might be watching
Yeah,
for
but I
you
want to spend that
personally.
night with the Starion.
He's offered to
That's true.
escort Oriana's family to the
What's
terminal.
with this guild
instead.
eyes? It's a bit heavy on the eyeshadow, love.
You didn't mention anything about Niket.
He's a friend. He and I go back a long way.
Do you want to bring in any of your other Ilium contacts, Ms. Lawson?
No, you and Niket are the only two I trust on this.
What information do you have about the mercenaries?
I've confirmed that they're Eclipse,
Enter
and that
the
they're working
word
for an
drug.
organization Ms. Lawson warned us about.
Does it say
I
where the
could try to
trope is,
alert the
like,
authorities, but so far
originally
they've done
named from?
nothing
Where that
illegal.
name of
We
that
made the
comes
right
from?
decision. We'll handle
It'll be an
this
anime.
ourselves.
Yeah, I guess. Because, like, the were dragon is fair enough, but I wonder why, like, Enter the were dragon comes. Because I don't remember, like, Enter the Matrix having a part where Neo turned into a dragon, but I might be wrong.
I think it's just a play on Enter the Dragon like the Bruce Lee movie.
Oh, yes, of course. Enter the Dragon, the movie, yeah. I forget that exists. Shamefully.
It's weird how he was in like 5 movies.
Making changes
Was
now
it
could
that
be
small
risky.
an amount?
Are you sure you can trust
It's not
the kid?
many. He was in like a
Absolutely.
bunch of
He's one
littler
of my
movies, but
oldest
then
friends. I
a bunch
trust
of them
him
as
with
well were
Ariana.
unfinished when he
Then Taylor will
died,
follow
so they
Nickhead's
got split
suggestion.
separate ones.
But
like
there
Jane
weren't
Eyre.
actually that many,
Car
like,
and draw their
Bruce Lee
attention.
movies.
Have Nickhead escort the family to
Yeah,
the
he's in a lot
show.
of projects. I'm
Give him full
pretty sure he's in
access
like
to the family's
5.
itinerary, just to be safe.
Look what
Understood,
IMDb.
Because, like,
Dawson.
when
So the
I
plan is
was
for us to
looking
get
for
shot
clips
down by
for
Eclipse while your
Bruce
sister
Lee
gets to
stuff
safety?
on
Eclipse
a
will be
fact
under
thing
orders
video, I
to
can't
take my
remember what it
sister
was.
alive. They
Like,
won't risk
I
anything
couldn't
that could
find
kill us.
much on him. But I wasn't sure whether that's just because, like, the the movies aren't
Well, that's the thing as well.
widely available over here, or no one's that, like, put them online or whatever. Because isn't there, like, there's a bunch of, like, Jackie Chan stuff that, like, essentially you can only really
Lots
find
of
on
the movies
DVD.
as well were all broken up.
I'm ready whenever you are, Miranda.
Oh, you cutting out.
And not to mention as well,
Thank
like,
you,
there are a
Shepard.
bunch of different.
I appreciate
Apparently, he has
this.
33 credits
I
in
hadn't planned
total.
on Eclipse,
Oh,
but
sorry.
they never planned on you.
Hello?
So not one sec, one sec.
Yeah, oh,
Not
that's
back.
I think so.
Okay.
The question is, do we take Jack in or do we take Samara in?
Samara. Like, you've only just got her as a partner.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, the Jack and Miranda thing is, like, that rivalry of, like, Jack being completely anti-Cerberus and being, like, the other biotic human who's like, no, I'm way better than Miranda, trust me. But it's interesting that we've only just got Samara and she's also a really powerful biotic.
Also, I looked up Bruce Lee's credits. He has 33 credits. And it's worth noting that a good 1, 2, 3, 4,
Damn
5,
it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Eclipse
Like
mercenary
20 of them
gunships.
are when he
They'll be
was a
dropping troops in
child.
the cargo areas.
Oh, right.
He was
okay.
Well,
So yeah, like
he was just like background extra in a lot of movies.
Only in like a dozen movies as an actual adult.
Put us down in that cover behind them.
Yeah, he was on the Milton bill as Kato.
Let's hope they really do want to take us
66.
alive.
He had like 3 episodes of Batman, the Green Hornet for like 2 seasons. 1 episode of Inside, 1 episode of Blondie, 1 episode of Here Comes the Bride, the TV movie Win, like Marlowe, then it's like Big Boss, Longstreet, Fist of Fury, Way of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon, Game of Death. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big movies that define his career.
That's wild. And like obviously a
Since
lot
you're
of
not
his
firing yet, I trust you know who I am.
Basically, it's things how like
in the car. You're the bitch that kidnapped our boss's little girl.
a lot of his
Oh my
career
God,
is
Kidnapped.
obviously like
involve
also
you, I
just
suggest you
being
take your
renowned
men
in the
and go.
martial arts world as
All
well.
lined up, huh?
And his
Captain
cha-cha dancing
Yala's
career.
already moving in on the kid. She knows about Nick.
Okay, he was a cha-cha
He
dancer.
won't be helping.
That's cool.
That armor looks so rad, that weird floating armor.
But you know what? Fuck you.
I'm giving you 1 chance to leave. That's more than most get.
Captain Inyala ordered us to give you 1 chance to walk away. This whole time we've been
Well.
talking, my men have been lining up shots.
That
So
Shepard
here's where
looks
I think
completely
Shall we
unfazed.
swap?
Just
So I suggest you walk away nicely, unless you want things.
let's do it. Just snap his neck. Like how
Here's a pro tip. Yeah.
how slow are those mercs to react? If like we've just shot your guy like
They've seen
18 times, and then shot down the thing hanging above your head before you've even reacted.
In my head, that happened in 1/4 of a second.
That just Shepard goes into like super
Here
speed.
goes.
But here's a pro tip. If someone just pulls out a gun and casually starts firing in your direction without reacting whatsoever to your gunfire, give up.
Oh god, it's just so rough when like, oh yeah, I've got this like, as you say, that weird floaty armor, and then Shepard just walks up and snaps your neck instead. Like you've got all the technology in the world, and it doesn't stop you from Shepard just snapping your neck.
Put them where.
What's the one of like, do you know one thing that bulletproof vests will help you again? Being stabbed.
Yeah.
They're like, you know,
They're
impact
not designed
resistant.
for that, yeah.
You have to wear a stab-proof vest and a bullet-proof vest at the same time.
It's one of those of like they're both so specifically designed for their one job that they do that one job very well.
One less to worry about.
That was an incredible scream for a guy that fell like 1 foot to his death.
He might have twisted his ankle. We don't know. I've done it before. When you twist your ankle.
Was that you on like New Year's morning falling down your staircase?
I didn't scream, but what I did is I did that thing where I went, oh. I think I stood up and tried to straighten my arm and went.
It was just
it's
like
happening.
That was an actual like full-on impressive falling down a chasm death scream.
See if I can get an idea of what we're up against. Shepard, I think I owe you
And he
an
fell all about
explanation.
4 feet.
Ariana is my twin, genetically.
It would be funny if that was just Spider-Man. Like, oh no.
Grew her when I was a teenager.
Like that's the thing. Yuri Lowenthal's one of those actors that's like
do to her what he did to me.
at some level of credit in like every fucking video game that's ever existed. Whether it is just like random voice number 3 or being Spider-Man.
When they talk about that of like, yeah, the industry is like really hard to get into. It's like, well, you're part of the problem, dude.
Mm.
I can understand choosing to go your own
At least
way, but
Yuri
she
Lowenthal
stole a
is
young
like
child from her father.
only in a
If you
couple
knew
of
my
massive
father, you'd
roles. It's
understand.
not Troy
I wasn't
Baker
the
level.
first one he made. I was only the first one he
What I
killed.
love about Troy
I was
Baker
brought
is
up
he's
with
so
no friends,
obviously
pushed to
desperately
meet
wants to be a
impossible
real
demands.
actor.
I
But
wasn't
he's
a
so
daughter to him.
generically
I was-
handsome that he's never going to be like in a movie because
Ariana
why would
has
we
had a
hire
normal
you when
life.
like
I
50
made
other
the
guys
right
look like
decision.
you?
True. Yeah. I mean, I guess obviously like he has a lot of acting chops, but it's one of those of if Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson weren't going to be cast in like The Last of Us as actual roles, then where are we going? He has 9 roles in this one game. Yeah, that sounds like a Yuri Lowenthal type actor of like, you know, similar to like how Tom Kenny is just like background voice number 82 in just a bunch of shit.
Yeah, we need like a high-pitched sounding voice. Like he's always
Sounds
that in
like your friend
animated
Cat
things,
might
like
be in
he's
some
like in
trouble.
those Rick and Morty
They've
and
got
stuff.
to Niket somehow.
And if
This
you've
may
got an
be
actor
harder
with
than I
range
planned.
as well,
According to the specs I reviewed, we'll need
and
to
you've
cut
got
through part of the
hundreds
processing
of like
yard to get
random
to Ariana.
NPCs across all these planets, it's like, yeah, you're probably gonna get an actor in to just be like, fuck it, just like do like a bunch of different voices for us.
Yeah, can you just like, you
Let's
know,
go
do
find
like
the cat
5
and
like
Oriana.
line reads in,
Right.
do 5 line reads in 5 different ways in 5 different voices, this one generic line.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was certainly an excellent scream. Like, you can tell that was a higher paid actor for that one scream. Just like gave it his all.
It's like
They're on the far side of
it's
the
like you
conveyor
play
line.
Tony
Time your
Hawk and every
shots.
now and again one of the like people scream real loud when they got hurt. He went for it. Yeah, the Yuri Lowenthal everywhere system. It's like when you notice sound effects. I do the same thing for like sound effects.
Hmm.
When you start to notice like, generic sound effects, like the pot breaking one, or like the was it the lever one, the generic like lever opening noise.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of ones that like, especially back in like N64 days, there was a bunch of like sound effects that were used across loads of Nintendo projects, and
Oh
like,
my god!
you know, it's one of those of like, I watch a video on like, Did You Know Gaming or something like that, where they're like, oh yeah, they got in trouble for like using this stock sound effect, so changed it, and then I go and play a bunch of like N64 games. I'm like, oh, that noise is in like 8 different games.
Isn't there as well like there's that one song that's in a bunch of games? It's like some composer just slipped in as a MOT.
Oh, Saka's song. It's less of a song and more of just like a little diddle. It's like 14 notes or something. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I guess like yeah, like a leitmotif across
yeah,
their work.
like do 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 do, and that's it. But it's just like in every single game they've put it in, but like sometimes it's really obvious and sometimes it's really hidden away, and then other times it's like slowed down and played as like the menu song in the background for Wii Sports, and it's just like because it's playing so slowly, like just one note at a time, like intermittently, it's like you never notice that it's an actual song. But yeah,
like, something I saw the other day
This should come in handy.
about like Baldur's Gate is like if you go stand behind Astarion's tent, like you do this thing, like you glitch behind his tent, they'll play like a theme song for him.
Watch out!
Like Astarion's theme starts playing, it's like hell. He just gets like hype on his bardcore.
The oof sound H1 guy did a video about. I'm not familiar with many
Yeah,
H1 guy videos.
They're good at what they do. It's an interesting like thing to look into sort of credit.
It's one of those of that like I just every now and then I'll be like there one night of like I don't religiously watch them or subscribe like in the sense of like I think I'm subscribed to them but I don't go to like their newest video all the time. I'll just like click on their channel like every now and then when I'm in the mood for like a more long investigative video and then be like, oh yeah sure, I'll watch this for like an hour and a half, but for the most part I'm like, oh let's just put a podcast on and then play a game.
And they make one video every 6 months.
Yeah, there's a lot of video essayists like that where I'm just like, I'll just have like one day where I fancy watching a video essay and I'll pop one of like those 5 channels on.
That's what I mean. I was about to say it's like voice actors where there's 5 people who make all of them and they all know each other, which is really weird.
I guess it's one of those of just like they very quickly just all just went, oh hey, we all do the same thing, let's collaborate. Because, you know, it's one of those things of like, the reason that we probably know those 5 people because those are the ones that wanted to collaborate with others.
They make the good stuff.
Well, they make good stuff, but like, generally speaking, the way to be successful on YouTube, or at least more easily, is to collaborate with others.
Yes. I will say one thing I don't like about Hate Bomber Guy is that they hide the fact they're from Yorkshire.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, there's like one video where their Yorkshire accent slips out and they're like, oh, you can tell I'm from Yorkshire. And it's like, really?
Is that just like,
okay,
is it that they tried to hide it, or do you just mean like they do their videos in like a presenter voice?
A presenter voice, yeah. Like they get when they're like the Yorkshire slips out with their accent, they get from they make jokes about it. It's like, yeah, I get it. You want to be as widely accessible to as many people as possible, but it still hurts a little bit.
Yeah, I thought at first you meant like, oh, he's never let people know that he's like from Yorkshire and he's ashamed about it or something. But like, I get like the whole
one of those
like,
things like,
you just want to like, I just say present yourself as widely as possible, and like, I guess it's good for other work when people see that you've got a generic like neutral accent. Like that's the kind of stuff that gets you like on TV and shit.
So he was pointing out to me when I asked, like, is there actually like another Yorkshire YouTuber out there? I was like, oh, H Bomber Guy. I looked at it and went, oh, from like Doncaster or something.
Right. I'm sure there's plenty of like different levels of YouTubers that are from Yorkshire. It's like
I'm not letting her get Oriana.
There's not many like Scout content creators that I'm aware of, but I'm sure the moment you get into like football content creators, there's probably a shit ton of Scouts ones. It's just I'm not very familiar with them.
That's why I was curious about it with like in regards to Yorkshire. But I did make a video about something to do with Scouts the other day. I had to do my own Scouse accent, and I put it on. And it's so bad. And I went, oh guys, I'm so sorry.
No, God. What?
I was talking about the sun when I spoke to a Scouser. Is it true you can't buy the sun in like Liverpool? And I went, I know self-respecting Scouts we call reading that shite, eh? And I was like, oh, that's the worst Scout. I'm so sorry, Lisa. I'm not good at accent.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. It's yeah, it is very, very true though. Like, you could probably buy the sun somewhere in Liverpool, but I know that it's notably difficult because when we got a new manager at Nando's one time, and I can't remember if it was like a manager or a supervisor or whatever, like someone came in, and you could immediately tell they were like a bit of a fucking Tory. And then they come in and they're like, you know what? I fucking struggled for ages today to find the sun, and I had to settle with like getting the mirror or whatever it was, and everyone in the store was like, "What? Sorry? No, no.
Hostile drone.
Like, you don't do that over here."
As I talked about it in the video we did, like I went off on a tangent when I literally had a module in university about the responsibility of the media, where we learned about the Hillsborough case and how it might be one of the single most successful boycotts in human history, because even now, 35 years later, you still cannot get a copy of that newspaper in the wider Liverpool Merseyside area.
Yeah.
It is an almost complete and total boycott that has been effective for 8 years.
As far as I'm aware, it's pretty, like, it's pretty much impossible to get over here.
Which is fascinating.
Again,
isn't it?
I'm sure there is like one random fucking corner shop that stocks it and gets shit for it, but yeah, it's actually incredible how much like the entire city is just agreed upon this one thing of like, fuck the sun.
That's why we ended up learning about it, and I thought it was, and that's why I asked like a Liverpudlian, I was like, "Is this true?" And they went, "Oh wow, yeah, no self-respecting scaffoldry, that shite."
Yeah.
Which is like slipping on to Scottish, I guess.
I feel like you slip into a Scottish accent a lot, apart from when you're trying to do a Scottish accent.
Yeah. I'm really bad at accents, is what
I'm not great at them either.
It's just one of those things that some people have like an ear for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those people, but someone mentioned like her hard to understand English accents. There's a few. Liverpudlian Scouse accent is deemed as one of the more difficult because the cadence is very like roly-poly.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like rolling over itself, and
there
a lot of like internal understood, like natively understood slang.
Plus, most like proper Scousers, unlike myself, they speak very quickly generally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like definitely one of the like more memed accents of the UK is the Scouse one.
Yeah, every like bad comedian's got a bad Liverpudlian accent. I always say Liverpudlian. I'm scared of being like people thinking Scouse. Scouse to someone who's American sounds really bad.
Wait, what?
I just like avoid saying words because it sounds, even though I know people from Liverpool don't mind it. I avoid saying in videos about Americans say that's not a nice word, Paul. It's like, no, that's what they refer to themselves like.
Yeah.
It's from Manchester calling themselves Manx instead of Mancunians.
Or Mancunians, I think it is, isn't it?
Is it Mancunians? My bad.
I think so. I'm from Merseyside. I'm programmed to not like them, so. I'm not saying I dislike people from Manchester. Just like there is, that rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester of like a lot of Manx don't like Scousers and vice versa. And through little reason other than like they're two big cities that are close to one another and the football teams were rivals.
It's all you need. All you need.
Yeah.
Oh, my Dudley accent's great. I always tell the story about that girl I dated from Dudley, don't I? The Dudley accent is really bad, and it's like, alright, how's it going now? It's like that. I always tell a story about a dated girl, she's from there. Like, the first night we were intimate together, I did the gentlemanly thing and asked her how it was. She went, that was great! And it's like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't wake up to that.
It's like, it's one of those of like, it sounds really mean, but at the same time, it would also be mean to like, not just be honest about it.
It's just one of those things I can't take you seriously. It was so exaggerated.
I don't know, because a person got stuck in the wall, whether we've glitched here.
There was that guy who was like annihilated at the side of his head.
Yeah, just like got trapped in the door. I'm not sure the game's just like, oh yeah, there was someone on the other side of the door and they didn't count as like going into the combat area.
Is it worth like reloading dead quick?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know when like the autosave happened.
Hopefully it'll be like the last combat encounter.
No, it's 3 minutes ago, it's fine. Oh no.
What?
Yeah, I hope it hasn't autosaved after the fight as it's locked us out.
But even then it might like reset the get rid of all the enemies.
Okay, we're okay. We're okay from
We can cut down through the cargo line.
I've mentioned it to you before, haven't I? Of when I went online and found like 4 people to do that awful like Halo Reach achievement of like finish this level on like the legendary difficulty with 4 players, and the vehicle that you've got to escort, it lost all its health, and it started to explode, but explode so slowly that it drove into an autosave checkpoint as it was blowing up, and then we were all just there like 3 hours into this horrible like online mission, just like we didn't know what to do, and eventually we just had to conclude that yeah, it's fucked.
Buckle to experience.
Yeah.
I had a friend had something similar. He was playing like Call of Duty on veteran difficulty, and he just so happened to get a checkpoint as a guy was midway through a melee animation. Every time he spawned in, like there was a melee animation, so we had to press like almost frame perfect the counter melee button to kill him first.
Yeah, I remember a similar thing happened where like I got checkpointed with like a grenade at my feet, but it wasn't quite at my feet, but it was close enough to kill me on veteran. And it was one of those of like I had to within like 1 second throw the grenade, otherwise I'd die. But I had to like reload and try and figure out where the grenade was close enough to me. So I just ended up going through like a dozen times of just reloading and just eventually finding out that it was like slightly to the left of me, but I had to just try every angle.
It's like, never forget that in Call of Duty on difficult roll uphill.
Maybe the captain
they will
knows we're
roll
listening
uphill
and she's feeding misinformation about Niket making a switch.
Yeah, it's just like one of those horrible things of like,
something else.
oh well, it can't be that bad to play Call of Duty on veteran difficulty, and like grenades appear as if from fucking nowhere and they land like on your toes every time.
Who thought you could get PTSD from a video game?
From what's called Mile High Club.
Mile High Club was legit though one of the best things Call of Duty ever did. They should have made an entire game of that. Do you know when they made like the Spec Ops missions? And everyone thought, oh, it's going to be like Mile High Club. And it's like, no, here's just like survive 5 waves of enemies. Like, no, do Mile High Club again.
A couple of those Spec Ops missions were really good, but there was like a lot of padding in them.
It should have been like Mile High Club was one of the best things. Mile High Club and Kill House. The 2 best like first-person shooter experiences.
No, he just found out about that.
And they're in the
recently.
same game.
It was too personal to involve someone else. I never really thought about it, but maybe...
It's wild to me, like, when you think about how
why I did it. He knows what I
how
went
many
through.
iconic things are actually in Call of Duty 4 when you look back at it. And
It's like, yeah,
oh,
it was
like half of the top 10 missions of Call of Duty of all time are just all in Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, it's like genre-defining game. Like, I think the only one that's ever topped it is the opening mission of like, I think it was like Call of Duty 2, which is the one where you're on like the beaches of Normandy and the missions
people
run.
talk about that one a lot, yeah.
Then there's the Russian one, which they did in one of the other games, which is you don't have a gun.
No, COD 4 is Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2 was the one with no Russian in it.
Yes, no Russian is Modern Warfare 2.
Which I'd say is like a very iconic mission, but it's definitely
They
not one
learn
of the
wrong.
best ones.
It's hilarious though when they try and talk about it and say we weren't trying to make a
Message on
political
the radio
statement with that
seemed pretty
mission.
clear.
He wouldn't betray me.
Oh, a terrorist
We'll be at the
attack in an
transport shuttle
airport.
in a moment and we'll clear this up.
Like, you know, there's plenty of video games that have no politics in them, Carl. We all know that. Like Metal Gear.
I've got authorization to change
Metal Gear Solid, Fallout.
I'm sorry, sir.
And the Call of
Yeah.
Duty
We're under
series.
security lockdown. Until the situation in
Mass
the cargo
Effect.
terminal is resolved, no passengers can be rebooked.
This isn't worth my time, Niket. I get paid regardless of how the girl gets there.
Yeah, it's like
No, I was told that I could
I
handle
mainly
this my
played through
way.
like
We're not
Modern Warfare
traumatizing
1
the
and
family
2,
any more than
and
we-
then did like some multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, and then basically for like the World at War and Black Ops and stuff, just only really played zombies with friends.
Miri.
This should
Yes.
be fun.
It's like I was always into the Modern Warfare series over like the Treyarch stuff and all that. Oh my god!
Wait,
Niket,
did you just shoot with a rocket
you
launcher?
sold me out.
No, that was just like a pistol or maybe a shotgun or something. But god damn. Fucking flew.
They thought Miranda looked so badass in this scene. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, like,
They
you know,
thought
it's
that
a pretty cool shot, but
Mm-hmm.
I like as well that for some reason it's like, why are we all just got like generic looking shit out? It's like, why hasn't Shepard right now pulled out the black hole annihilator gun?
Because you like Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. Especially like we've all got like the different color schemes going on.
We've got a different colour scheme and a different pose. Like Fox Force 5 over it.
You know what? Fuck it, kill him.
Not many civilians around. We can end this here and now.
Not before I get some answers. Why, Niket?
No,
You were
fuck
my
your
friend.
answers.
You helped me get away from
You
my
know what you
father.
should do?
Yes,
Just hold him at
because you wanted to
gunpoint
leave.
and then
That
get
was
Samara
your
to like
choice.
mind meld
If I'd
with
known
him.
that you'd stolen a baby
I didn't steal her. I rescued her.
from a life of wealth and happiness, you weren't saving her. You were getting back at your father.
And like that's the interesting thing with this. So like we've kind of glossed over, and it's been a while since we talked to Miranda about this. So like,
there's no one.
You know, her father essentially like genetically modified her Miranda to be like a perfect woman, quote unquote, and a perfect biotic. And then, you know, when she eventually got out, she found out that he'd like cloned Miranda and made a new daughter.
Yeah,
and
then
then
make a new, better.
Yeah, exactly. And basically Miranda's like, well, I know the shit life I had being like fucking just, you know, a play toy to this man. And I just essentially like he wasn't a father to me. He just treated me like an object, a specimen to experiment on. And she then has like tried to, you know, essentially kidnap her sister away from her father.
Yeah.
So she can
I
find
can't
a nicer
believe that.
place.
Can't believe they treat people like an object to be used for their own ends. That's why I work for Cerberus.
Also, hi Fish. Thank you for joining. But yeah, this guy kind of turns it around and is like, no, this is just you being like a petty arsehole and trying to get back at your dad. It's like, she, you know, he's wealthy, he would look after her, she would have like a good life with him. It's like, well, would she? Because I lived the happy, wealthy life with him, and look where I turned up.
It's fair. She looks all right. She's got a good job.
Cat knows about Oriana.
Saving the
her
galaxy.
father does too. Relocating her won't work.
Miranda's father has no information about Oriana. I knew you had spy programs in your father's system, Miri, so I kept it private. I'm the only one who knows.
Which means that you're the only loose end.
Is
This isn't how I wanted it to end, Niket.
no, you
Going
know
to
what,
miss-
Miranda, go fucking ahead.
Yeah, shoot this guy.
Yeah.
What did he do?
I was tired of talking anyway.
Well, he. Oh, yeah, okay. It was definitely a shotgun.
So
Look at
was
that
I.
fucker. That's a pretty cool thing of like. That's a pretty cool way to end a conversation. Is just launch them into the stratosphere. But yeah, like the thing is, I presume that's meant to be. Is that meant to say Caitlin? Because that looks. I thought at first it was like a Welsh or Gaelic name or something.
It does look shades of Welsh.
It does, but apparently it's just shades of Tory. So, oh no. They had the money to add those like 6 extra letters for no reason.
One. You don't need to worry about like someone throwing your TV away when you're alone.
They will rip me apart, Jesus Christ.
Right, just touch your boobs.
No, come here. Come here.
Walk over there.
Asked if she was Welsh and she's got. Yeah, it's like just walk out at that point.
I've seen it. Combat drone.
Get to cover!
No. Absolutely make a Tory pay for the date. Fuck them. You know, well, that's the system they want to uphold and believe in.
Get ready to burn!
We don't need to take cover, it's a suggestion. It's
yeah.
fine. We've been getting through most of the game so far.
You'll be alright.
We're Commander Shepard. We will be alright.
Combat drone, watch out.
Again, fuck them. Like,
I paid 60 quid on them, yeah. I only paid 60 quid for my PC.
to be fair though, like, you know, we went out for brunch like just the other day with a couple of friends, and literally like a drink and a meal was like over 30 quid.
Problem there, you went for brunch.
Yeah, just like
any made up meal gonna cost your mama.
That's true. No, it's cost effective, Karl. It's combining paying for 2 meals into one, okay?
No, but I don't eat breakfast, so brunch seems pointless to me.
It means I can skip breakfast and just pay for 1 meal.
You're talking to a person who eats 1 meal a day here.
Eclipse Mercs near the shuttle. I want to make sure Oriana and her family get on safely.
I'd be the guy, if they sold it, I'd just have like the pill. That just gives you like, here's all your calorie and nutrients for 1 day. Like, thank you, sir.
Oh god, no.
Open the box. You just stole 3,000 credits.
This locket has a picture of an Asari and a human man. It doesn't look expensive, but likely holds sentimental value.
Go send it to him.
Can't believe
So he'll pay out the nose for that.
I didn't even see it.
Live and learn. Oh, you know what? Take a lesson from Sonic. Live and learn.
Everyone makes mistakes. I'm guessing that's one you won't repeat.
Why did he make me kill him? He could have run. He could have lied about having the data stored somewhere. But he just stood there. The
I
only
did
loose
see
end he
someone
knew
I
what I'd
follow
have to
share like
do.
a video of the Sonic Symphony, like, you know, the orchestra like that's touring at the moment for the anniversary,
Yeah.
and like they say,
going to something with Charlie, aren't I?
What was that?
I think I'm going to something similar to that this year with Charlie, aren't I? He's like,
oh, is it the Sonic one you're going to? Yeah.
I think she's been one or something, yeah.
And like they saved Escape from the City for the encore, and just like everyone was singing it word for word alongside. It's like, yeah, just Sonic fans unite.
Just every time you go back, every now and again you go back, and you just got to look at that video, like Crush 40 singing it like that Sonic convention. They hand the microphone to a fan, and he's like,
yeah.
He goes for it. They go for it, but like they're clearly so excited that they can't get the words out right.
Oh god. I mean, yeah. He knew what I'd have to do. It's like, yeah, that's like, there's no point running away from a woman that can lift you back up anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think you'd have the nerve.
He could have
to
at least
gun
like
him
pulled the
down.
gun out to make it like, you know, not feel as bad.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. I joke here about like Sonic all the time, and we laugh about it. Like, unironically, Sonic has fantastic music, and
the music's
like
great.
Crush 40 do incredible songs. Like, okay, Escape from the City is one of the songs of my childhood. It's like, yeah, Live and Learn. I mean, Live and Learn's probably a better song, but like Escape from the City is obviously the one that everyone knows because it's from like, is it the first mission of the game?
First mission down like San Francisco, yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, just follow me, set me free, trust me, and we will escape from the city.
Gotta follow that rainbow.
Let's get moving.
Right.
They are all like, some of them are awful games, some of them are just mediocre and forgettable, but like the songs are always fucking bangers.
No sign of Eclipse. It looks like we're clear. There she is.
What about like the 40 people who are dead?
She's safe. With her family.
You should go over and recruit her, so you got 2. And you have a spare Miranda.
Come on, we should go.
I'd love it if you just like walk over and it's like, would you like to be on my crew? We've got a suicide mission, are you up for it?
Don't you even want to say hello?
It's not about what I want, it's about what's right for her. The less she knows about me, the better. She's got a family. A
Like,
life.
that's the beautiful thing
I'll
about
just
Sonic
complicate that
06
for
is there's more loading screens than gameplay in terms of like time played.
I think it was like Life Hero, like the content creator. managed to finish Sonic Adventure 2 and the loading screens of Sonic 06. And they were doing a challenge about every time there was a loading screen, they'd boot up another game, and they beat the entire game before they got to the end of the loading screens.
It's just it's that game where like you can't believe that anyone designed something that way. And you know what similarly reminded me of it? Can you guess a game last year that came out that like had a baffling amount of loading screens also?
It's not really Pokemon.
No.
I know Pokemon has a bunch of weird stuff like that where they make baffling design decisions.
Okay, let's go.
No, I can't think of one that had like an abundance of loading screens.
Starfield. And it wasn't
I never
necessarily
played it.
an abundance, but it's the fact that it's like every time you essentially, you know, want to space travel, it is like loading screen onto your ship, loading screen into space, loading screen to select where you want to go, loading screen to like load into the planet, loading screen to get onto the planet from your ship. And it's like, you would think for a game about fucking space traversal, they would have thought that one through.
But at least in Skyrim, it's like, okay, you walk into a city, loading screen, and then if you go into a shop, a loading screen. Done.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know if Outer Worlds was like that too, to be fair. I haven't played Outer Worlds, so that critique could also apply to Outer Worlds. But I was just like, I can't believe, like, with all, like, you know, the progress we've made, that a game in 2023 where the primary selling point is there's 1,000 planets, that you have to get through, like, 5 fucking loading screens to get to a new planet. Like, that game's one selling point was like, there's 1,000 planets. It's like, I don't want 5 loading screens to get to one then.
Somebody who's going to treat you right.
I think someone would just sit down and go, okay, like, what's with all these loading screens? What does it do? And it goes, okay, it makes the game run like 1% faster. It's like, can we not just like have it run 1% slower and not have all this shit?
Can you not just do a shortcut where it's like, when you press A on your ship to go in, it's like, do you want to go in your ship or do you want to select a planet to go to? And skip like 2 or 3 of those loading screens.
What we need is instead of a loading screen, put a moment in where your character very slowly sidles through a small gap.
Welcome to eternity.
Which, you know what, that can fuck off. I hate that.
Like, you know what, when God of War 2018 came out, I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool way to get around like having to break the immersion, and you keep that one shot of the camera going. Like, fair enough. And now I've turned all the way back around on it.
I hate it. I'd rather have a loading screen.
I've been playing through Final Fantasy VII Remake again to remind myself of the story, and like that
how much of the game
so many times.
It's like, hey, go walk with Aerith, and it's like, can I not just have a cutscene?
Yeah.
Even in Engine, it's like, no, you got to walk with her if she talks to you through this like.
It's like, I'd rather be able to like put my controller down and just watch the cutscene and like take a sip of my drink rather than slowly walk down as they talk to me.
Or the classic, if you wait behind too long, they don't even walk forward. They'll wait for you, and it's like you've got to walk behind them to continue the conversation.
At very least, do that like Rockstar and Assassin's Creed thing that they've done with like hold A to auto walk or whatever.
Or in Red Dead, where if you're riding on your horse, and once you're on a path and you're following your teammate, you can put your controller down your horse and follow the path.
Well, that's what I mean when I said Rockstar, they do it of like the auto follow stuff, yeah.
You need hold A, it just does it for you. Put your controller down, put cinematic view on, and just watch like a cinematic view and hear the cutscene.
Yeah, it does the same thing in like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, of like, no one uses horses in those games, but if you do, the horse will just follow the path unless you tell it not to.
It's just, yeah, it's a solved. It's not even that it's not a solved issue, it's being solved. Like in that bit where, like, you know, you're walking and talking with Aerith and Barrett as you're going through like Midgar, just have it so, like, you know, press a button to follow them.
Exactly. Hell if I know. What year is it? I
You'll
am
make
a
a
matriarch, though, if that's what
immediately
you're
killed
wondering.
any like hope on
Most
like
matriarchs
replaying that
head
game.
back to Thessia, our homeworld, so everyone can listen to their wise
Oh,
counsel.
I'll replay on hard mode. Nope.
I serve drinks. Dad was a Krogan who fought in the Rachni Wars. My mother fought in the Krogan rebellions. I've pretty much seen it all.
That's really interesting though, of like, Yeah, my dad was a Krogan in the Rachni Wars. My mum fought the Krogan Rebellion. And now I've just, like, decided to be like, fuck it, I don't want to go back to my home world. I just want to serve drinks even though I'm a fucking matriarch. She's just like, I'm done. You know what? It's nice and simple being here just serving fucking drinks.
Yep. I want a complex life. I don't want to listen to other people's fucking problems.
Why has this one bartender got, like, so many things going on?
If your mother fought in the rebellions and your father was a Krogan, didn't that cause tension?
They didn't meet until a few hundred years after the Turians put the boot in with the damn Genophate. As far as either one knew, they were both just warriors. Dad boasted. Mom stayed quiet. Mom was a matriarch herself. Dad was
She's a good character, yeah, but like...
Came out.
She's called Bartender. I didn't expect to have this many dialogue options.
She's not even got a name.
She's called Bartender. Yeah, I've never actually... That TV trope of, like, somebody sitting there and talking to a bartender about their problems, like, I don't know if that is literally just a TV trope, but I've never seen it ever happen in my entire life.
It absolutely is, yeah. There's an amazing bit in the show Heroes with the guy who can read minds. Where he goes to a bar and the barman goes like, everything alright, bro? And like he reads his mind. He's like, if you say anything other than, yeah, I'm good, I'm off my drink, I'm going to smash this glass over your head. He's about to tell him what his problem is. You know what? No, I'm good.
Since neither one did. Family, huh? What a kick in the quad.
It's like, it turns out, when you're a bar person, like, there are many things, even if you haven't got anyone at the bar, there are many things that you can be doing to keep yourself busy, including just generally cleaning. There's no need to sit there and just listen to somebody fucking moan at you all night.
It can be interesting to talk to people. Like,
of course, yeah. I'm not saying that that's not the case, but yeah.
We all, like, the kind of person who wants to talk to the bartender is probably someone who's not a very good conversationalist.
Is that
I can't imagine like someone.
I definitely wouldn't worry that you're like weird or like it's because of anxiety or anything. It's just not a thing that normal people do.
It's normally as well. Like you can always tell, isn't it? It's like the guy who's been there and there's no one else with him, and like he's looking for someone to have an argument with, or
colonies get destroyed.
Yeah, it's like I had someone really aggressively come over to me one time when I was at a bar, because like a lot of the time, especially as a student, if I had like some work to do or something, or I just felt like going and like doing some creative writing, because I hated the people I lived with, I found it easy to just like go grab a pint at a pub and just sit down and like do some writing on my own. And I had someone I had someone come up to me once and was like, oh, are you one of those pretentious arseholes that's like looking to get like a conversation going with someone or something? Is like, do you expect someone to like come over thinking you're so smart and all this? I was like, I was trying to be fucking left alone, in fact. That's why I'm just in a quiet corner of a bar, like writing on my own with headphones on. It's like, I wanted to be left alone. And that only happened to me once, but like, you know, it was a common thing I did of just like, you know, when I lived with my parents or when I lived with assholes I didn't like, just like, I wanted to go out somewhere so I could just work in peace.
And just every now and again, there's that person who's like, they're looking for something to be annoyed about.
Yeah.
Like, some people aren't happy unless they're fucking miserable.
Oh man, yeah, that's really interesting of like, oh yeah, one day you figure out like, you're old and everyone else is too young to remember how the Quarians looked inside their suits.
That's true, yeah, because she probably met them.
She would have met them, like, presumably on their home planet when they were still, like, in a livable atmosphere.
It's like, sucks to them. That's what you get for building the guest, dipshit.
No, that's what you get for, like, doing what they did with the guests.
Look at that screw up.
Didn't you got a matriarch right behind you?
A few years back. All that
yeah, literally, Samara stood there right with us, right? She hasn't stepped in
yet. And I warned him, told people on Thessia what was coming, and they didn't want to hear it.
Also, yes, we will be going through the DLC. We're playing on the Legendary Edition, so we're generally just playing, like, everything available to us.
Yeah, Legendary Edition, because we are legends.
Yeah, the Legends of Kanto. No, that's not a real thing, and I don't want to be known as that.
Don't eat the nuts in the Red Bowls. They're for Turians and Quarians.
Like I always say, it's like, Legend of Kanto is just meant to be like, you know, a name of a channel and not a name of me, similar like how you never want to be called like the Fat Fiend. It's like, it was just like a portmanteau of basically like Zelda and Pokemon.
You needed something that was like shorthand.
Yeah, shorthand and memorable, and it's like, it's not meant to be saying that I am a legend. Yeah, in the first game we romanced Liara, and we haven't like really committed to a romance in this playthrough yet.
Romance Karl.
You know, I'm full on board of just like, let's hit on Thane a bit more.
You gotta do it, hit on everyone. Be a slut.
But it was funny because I was trying to, before going live today, make sure that we didn't get that awful audio, and I just, the first person that was right next to me as we'd saved was Kelly Chambers, Yeoman Chambers. And I just like was like, oh, I think I've fixed my audio. I'm just gonna go through all of her dialogue and like sit there for a couple of minutes just listening to make sure the audio sounds good. And like I accidentally got to the point where like Kelly's like, oh well, I know that if I fell that you'd catch me, Shepard. And it's like the the thing where she's trying to flirt with you, and I was like, oh no.
I go on a date with you, and she like wears like a slutty dress, and you're like, yeah.
Well, you don't go on a date with her. You just like go up to your room and she's put on a formal dress.
You're like, hell yeah, let's go.
But no,
take that shit off.
Coming over. Yeah. Welcome.
Nice one. That's what happened to me. Like, do you know, we talked about like Baldur's Gate earlier, and like being mean in a video game. I had to pie off because Will, I don't want to romance Will because he's too much of a goody two shoes, but because he's a goody two shoes, he's a really good party member to have just in the background.
Right.
He always has like witty, like poetic line to describe what's going on.
But did you like go and like murder someone? And he's like, oh no.
No, like he styled himself like a gentleman and a poet, and I didn't realize I was being so nice to him. It's like it's the first playthrough I've done when I've proper broed out with him.
Oh, and he took that as a romance thing.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong. He just like he thinks you're interested, so he invites you for a dance. Just like he talks to you about dancing, and you can like try and cheer him up about like dancing, and he invites you to a dance, and then like you have that moment where you're really close to one another after the dance, and it's like turn your head and pie. I'm like, oh no, let's pie him off.
Oh no.
What really, really like got me though is when he looks and he goes, "Well, there can be no sun without the darkness. I do appreciate the darkness." And I feel so bad, and he even does the thing where he walks away, then he looks back over his shoulder, like, night. It's like, no. I genuinely felt bad about turning him down. It's like, no, I'm romancing like Lae'zel.
Also, I don't know what the fuck's going on over here, but there's just like a dozen people just crowded over there, just in the background where you can't go.
We're gonna pie.
So we are on Ilium at the moment, and we can ask Liara to start the Shadow Broker DLC, but it's kind of up to you of like, do you want to save the DLC bits for a bit later on, or
I'll save it for like a later point.
Yeah,
because
I think that I think you've not played that DLC, right?
Yeah, make it like the last thing you do if you got like a proper level up party. Imagine DLC like that.
So it is just like a a mission in terms of like you do just take 2 people in your party, but it might be worth like, because I presume it's probably a bit longer than like a regular mission. It might be better to like just wait until we've sat down and gone like, this can be the Shadow Broker stream, and just spend a few hours doing that.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear that?
What?
Go back. That Asari? She's like, have you found this thing? It's the only thing my child has to remember. You found a locket, didn't you?
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. I
like
assume that it's always like background dialogue kind of thing.
Like someone was talking about a locket.
Pardon me, I'm dealing with damn Ilium travel bureaucracy.
Excuse me, but I found a locket with a picture of a human and someone who looks like you.
To be fair, there are a lot of people that look like this Asari in the game.
Thank you
I imagine
so
it wasn't her.
much.
It's like, no, Asari look the same. You damn right. No. That's the dating Asari.
Oh no, I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Much less than I would have had to pay the bureaucrats to authorize a search.
She paid with experience.
Yeah, she did. 500 credits? Fuck you. Like, you were screaming at someone down the phone because this matters a lot to you, and it's like, we found more in a computer screen on the mission.
To be fair, yeah, it's like, you don't know how much that is.
Ilium is a cultural marvel. Humanity can learn a lot from their ingenuity.
Well, I know that with a discount, I had to spend like 75,000 on a squad upgrade.
That's like military tech, so makes sense.
I mean, to be fair, Shepard, we've by accident or on purpose, we have shown to be like a spaces multiple times as playthrough.
Yeah, and it's like, has Samara spoke much on this mission? Because I thought she'd mentioned more about being on her home planet.
Yeah, well, it's not a home planet. It was just one she was doing an investigation on, right? Because that would be Thessia or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The bartender was saying that all the matriarchs usually go back to Thessia.
That's fair, yeah. Well, do you think she'd have more to say about the fact, like, you know, this is largely a Starry-run planet?
And the planet that, like, you found her on? She was just silent the entire time, yeah. Yeah, I don't, like, that's the thing, I don't think we technically have terminology for, like, being into other species other than, you know, terms like bestiality, where it's like, well, that's a very different thing, because, you know, we don't have terms for like, oh, well, what if we were into alien races that are actually, you know, sentient and on our intellect level, if not higher?
Private terminal.
I think at the moment, like, the closest thing we've got is just like being a furry or a scaly. That's the one that always gets me, of like the scalies.
Yeah, like, I respect it, but please stay away from me.
It's not even that, it's just like, you know, I'm just not interested. I do love it when, like, you know, just every now and then you just see people where it's like, they kind of like get onto the outer rim of like encountering furries and stuff, and they just like don't know what this other world is. I saw one like video ages ago where it was like, oh, I'm just at like my brother's wedding, and in the like room above, they've clearly just like a bunch of furries have hired out a room, and it was just like, yeah, this like really nice you know, really nice dance hall, and then they just like pan up from everyone dancing and drinking, and it's just like a fucking furry rave in a room above.
Oh man, it's like there's those rough ones we hear about, like hotels and stuff, like, you know, anime conventions. It's like we have to ban people from coming because they come in like the full makeup and just sleep in the white sheets.
Oh god, yeah. Like, I feel like bad enough when just like I, you know, will have freshly washed hair to go to most like events or on holiday and stuff and stay at a hotel, and then I'll like take a shower and wash my hair, and just like my pillow is just covered in hair dye. I'm like, oh shit. Or just every time they always give you the brightest, whitest sheets, like towels. So I'm like drying my hair off, and it's just hair dye all over this bright white new towel. It's like, That
Kasumi is an interesting addition to the crew. I can see why she's good at her work. She never reveals anything meaningful about herself.
Apart from
it's
to
all on
us.
the surface. It'll be a challenge getting to know who she really is. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
So maybe you can just like cut the shit.
Grunt seems very anxious, pacing down in the cargo hold. You might want to check in on him. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Do you mean Grunt, the person we've like not interacted with at all yet?
You've not yet, have you?
We've taken him on a mission, but like, we've not really had much conversations with him. Yeah, I probably should remember to like bring a towel and t-shirt for shit to like. I mean, you know, it's one of those I've never had a hotel like try to charge me extra or be mad at me for it or anything. I'm sure it's common enough. But I do personally just feel a bit guilty.
So when I worked in a hotel, they bleached the living fuck out of those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. feeding those fish.
I still
Making sure.
I remember like just showing this. You think how might be this dense? Surely you think it'd be common sense that this is a thing. It's like, well, why do hotels? There's like a question on like Quora or something like that I saw.
Right.
Why do hotels use white bedding? Surely white shows up the stains more. Why don't they use black bedding? That hides the stains better. It's like that's why they use white bedding, so you know it's not got stains on it. So you can just tell at a glance that it's clean.
Mm-hmm. Because like, imagine walking in, it's like, oh, for some reason, my hotel room's really dark and everything's black. It's like, oh, they're trying to cover up something.
It's like if you go into a kitchen, it's like they should have like a very clear.
Chambers said you're tearing up the place. Something wrong?
Like tabletops.
Something is wrong, Shepard. I feel wrong, tense.
Yeah, it's like as soon as it
kill something.
Becomes like service industry,
more so than usual.
You've got to think like the opposite way of like, no, you want every single stain and piece of dirt to show up so you can clean it.
Yep.
See,
I actually used to unironically love cleaning like kitchens and stuff because you get to go absolutely fucking ham. For a Krogan.
Pure Krogan probably starts more aggressive than most. I'm not seeing this as a particularly big shift.
Doesn't matter if it's normal. I'm not. I'm not used to this noise. I want control. When we're moving, fighting, I focus. But here, my blood screams, my plates itch, and even you are just noise. I'm tank-born.
To be fair, yeah, we have left you in the hole for like 40 years.
I want you in the infirmary. I can't have some Krogan disease running rampant.
Your doctors only see victims of Krogan. My kind do not share with aliens. Not after the Genophage.
A fair response.
We won't find.
Oh, go see Mordin then. He knows loads.
My age would still be on the home.
He's like,
to Chunka.
He's not a doctor, but he's familiar with Krogan biology.
Probably more so than the Krogans.
The Joker can get us to the Krogan homeworld. I need everyone at their best.
Thank you, Shepard. I don't.
I mean, maybe that can be next stream then. Is like go do Grunt and Mordin's missions.
Oh yeah, Chonka's like such a good one as well. Some cool ass shit going on.
I wanted to pick up Miranda's power, so that's why I went and did Miranda's mission there. We were also just on Ilium, but like, a Miranda Slam is really cool power to have.
Yeah, the Miranda Slam, which we're not going to be doing in gameplay for After Fame.
So we do need to go retrain our powers there.
The thing that always gets me though about working in a hotel is like, even though I worked in one, when I do it, like the idea of throwing towels into the bath just feels so rude. But it's like, no, it's just at a glance you can walk in, immediately know it needs to be clean, and just chuck it straight into a big bag. Like, it feels really rude, like just to throw it on the floor. But it's like, no, if it's there, then I know it needs to be picked up.
It's like it's one of those things of like it's a way of easily communicating. Like, this shit's dirty, sort it out.
Yeah,
because
like,
like
it just feels so
obviously
rude. Like,
you don't want someone to like. Especially in a hotel, like, you don't want that hotel cleaning every single thing that's not been used and is still clean, because the amount of fucking wasting energy and water and stuff that an entire hotel would produce from doing that every day.
I just say it's one of those things. Even though I worked in a hotel and I realised how easy it is, it still feels wrong throwing like a full, only use like once or twice, like towel directly into a bath that's wet.
You know what is wrong? Leaving a dump in the bath.
Oh man, don't
it's
do that.
Like, was it like one of your videos that I watched or a discussion we had? Maybe I can't remember. Or if it's just something I watched. Of like Shaq used to just have to like take dumps into baths.
Not Shaq. It was Andre the Giant when he was in Japan with his
Andre the
Japan
Giant
wrestling.
That was it. I remember it was like someone who's massive. Yeah.
He was physically so large he couldn't use the toilet, so he had to poo in a towel and just leave it in the bathtub and apologise and leave like a $200 tip.
Yeah. It's that I'm really sorry. I just don't fit in your toilets.
Well, it's that thing you just look at him and go, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'd heard you saying that one, yeah.
If anyone wants to see like this, of like taken to its extreme, there's a couple of like great mini docs by a Great Big Story on, I think it's Brian Shaw, and he's like the world champion powerlifter, and there's like other like bodylifters, bodybuilders and powerlifters, and then I think they all have their own YouTube like channels where they talk about this sort of thing, which was like, yeah, there's this guy, he's like one of the biggest, strongest men in the world, he's like 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
It's just a video of him walking around his house, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Like, here's the chair that I've got to sit on because I can't have a chair that has like arms on the side because I'm physically so large I'd snap them off. So,
like, that's the thing. Is just I imagine the moment you become like either taller or wider than a door frame, things start becoming real awkward.
Well, that's what he talks about. Yeah, he's that time like his door frames widened and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny as well because obviously he has like the tiniest, yappiest dog, and it's like you just see a video of him watching it, and it's like, there we go.
I get so scared because it's like, what if you just sit on the dog?
Well, he says that, yeah, he's worried.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at all your missions.
Oh my god,
like Ubisoft.
Recruit. I see a recruit button.
Who will this be then?
It's Tally.
Oh yeah, let's get back. We're so back, baby.
On Haystrom.
Grunt with you, he needs to get out more.
That's true. Grunt is just like, I need to murder. Please, Shepard, help me.
That thing, like, speaking of taking like your dog out for a walk, like take Grunt out for some exercise.
Oh look, so her loyalty mission suit is like, it goes from that to just the recolor of it in black. It's like, just let her have some armor. Look at Grunt.
No.
Look at the amount of armor Grunt has. And then it's like, Miranda just like, oh yeah, this nice, sleek, sexy just outfit of like, that's what you wear on a day, that's not what you wear on a battlefield.
And keep in mind as well, that Grunt is already bulletproof. Take Grunt and take, I think.
Can we take Garrus because it's Tally?
Yeah, they know each other. I was thinking Thane, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because, like, Garrus is that touchstone.
He knows her. Yeah, bring him along. And then Grunt, because he needs to get some exercise, needs some fresh air. You got to take your Krogan for a walk.
It's just like, when you like haven't taken the dog for a walk and like they start getting antsy, that's what Grunt is right now. Of like, I need my murder, please, Shepard.
I need blood. I need blood right now. That's one of those like XL pit bulls, right?
Yeah.
I still think with the T-shirt, like I laughed so hard at it. It's just like this shit post T-shirt that says like God sends his tastiest toddlers to his hungriest pit bulls. There's like a little bit like the emoji of praying hands and like a Christian cross, and I was fucking howling when I saw that.
You know what? Grunt can have the Eviscerator shotgun. That sounds about right.
There we go. Is that your hungry boy?
Good old war baby.
Oh, God, look.
Oh, this mission's awful.
Which one is it?
It's the one where you've got to be in the shade, otherwise you take constant damage. Like, don't we all love missions like this, everyone? You take constant damage when you're stood in the sun.
To be fair, that's like real life. You're a redhead, right? You must.
Yeah,
I'm a redhead.
I'm representing those gingers.
I'm having serious issues with my shields.
Yeah, no
So
shit.
We'll fight from the shade, but no hiding.
We'll fight from the shade, but I ain't fucking hiding. Just to let you know.
Like Krogan's out. Like you'd be like that thing of like chesty puller of like, we're not retreating, we're advancing in a different direction.
I must never ever be like thought of as hiding. That is not what I do.
Like, I am never not going in. I play pure rushdown, baby. Like Grunt doesn't know what his block button is. Like, I didn't pay for a controller to not press the block button. Let's go.
Incoming dropship.
Trouble.
Oh man, yeah. Calling Warhammer war Barbies. Essentially what they are. Well, they're not Barbies because, like, you can customize them all with a Barbie.
I mean, I did misread that as War Babies, but like, I think War Babies is also a good show.
Also works. We've got a friend who literally works for Games Workshop. He's like, he knows it. And the amount of times I've been to his house, and I'll be like,
oh,
I think it looks cool. It's like, oh, that looks. Can I take a picture? No, that's not. A robot again.
You kind of cut out there. Well, probably like it's probably like Games Workshop cutting you out, just like don't talk about this NDA. Oh god, no! Oh, shields overloaded.
We should find an alternate path.
Like,
Roasting out here.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I can't go into the cover because the cover's in the sunlight, but I can't just stand there getting absolutely annihilated either. Oh!
I've got one.
That's the thing, I'm telling you, it was just like Karl getting cut off by the Warhammer gods of just like the legal team came into the Discord call the moment they heard Games Workshop and shut Karl down. The reason he can't hear him right now is because he's just been sniped. I think Garrus has just died from, like, there we go.
Am I back?
You are now, yes. I was just, you know, letting everyone know that you'd been, like, sniped from the Games Workshop team.
I say they seem like pretty cool dudes. Like, I was getting shown some stuff that's coming out like this year, and it's like this is the thing that it's like the statue that comes with like a game that's coming out. Like, it's been made by like Weta Workshop. I'm like, that looks so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
It's Weta Workshop making it. It's like, man, those guys know how to make a model. And he says, yeah, we've got like prototypes of the next thing they're making. It's like, yes.
Oh god, like we were just walking down, like we'd killed one Geth and there was no one else around and Garrus just went down. It's like the AI is just accidentally getting melted by the sun and dying.
On the ground
they program this like little feature in, but the AI is not smart enough to realise it's there. Very strange.
Yeah, I really like this song though.
We are supporting a British company.
Yeah, true.
Let's see it.
The slam is always good. So just ooh! And when you get it to like heavy slam,
that's painful.
On the ground now.
Admittedly, not got the best two to like team it up with, because you can do it well.
So
like
still work.
You'd like, you know, pull them up into the air and then like warp on them or something.
Yeah. That's a great one.
They're all dead.
This is
If you're
Commander
buying
Shepard
Warhammer
of Normandy.
in a British company,
afraid I
it's
don't
worth
see
more
any
to the Britain
Quarian
than the fishing
survivors
industry.
You like literally every time you say like Games Workshop, you just start cutting out. I think they know.
I'll start talking about it then.
Now, every time you say the word Warhammer,
Filter.
What's our current status?
How are you holding up? We can be there in a few minutes.
Got this microphone, but it was like one of those old snowball ones. Not long for this world.
You were fine for the first, like, you know, hour or so. Just probably in combo with, like, a bunch of Discord just going to shit.
You got confirmation that the Geth haven't reached Tally yet?
So, I've seen say that Warhammer stuff's cheap. Normally people
being expensive, and it's like, yeah, it costs a lot to produce.
But I guess if it's
goes
double
into
the
it.
price, it's like, yeah, that's even more expensive. It seems cheap in comparison. But yeah, I've never heard anyone refer to, like, Warhammer as cheap, even in the UK. But yeah, as I say, like, I can understand why, like, you look in comparison, you're like, what the fuck? I don't think it's Discord sensitive.
Why is it half price? Like, it's made, yeah.
It's not like Karl's talking quietly or really loudly. It's just that he's going all, like, robot.
It could be like the microphone is quite old, so it couldn't get it off.
Gotcha. That sucks. Especially when, like, the entire premise of Warhammer is, like, go buy a bunch of it.
Even Garrus is like, who gives a fuck?
Well, Garrus gave so little of a shit that he just died in the heat. Not really ideal at the moment, Garrus, but I respect it.
Put it on my radar.
Done. You will need both sets of charges to clear the rubble.
You know what? No. None of this. AI hacking. Let's go. Return to sender, please.
It is possible you can use like subsidies and stuff. There's nothing so you can't use those to like get used to and then buy them for yourself. Not for you. Loser.
I love this rifle.
That's
I
so
see the gap
harsh.
again.
Is
Yeah, it's nice
just-
to see-
yeah, it
Yeah.
is cool to see the Geth, but it's like, it's very nice knowing that I'm finally encountering a
I'm a fan of the Geth.
a hackable opponent that I can like actually take over.
I like the noise they make, like the weird robo noise.
Oh god! That's my shepherd noise of just being in the sunlight. I'm like, oh dear. Excellent. Good work, Geth Trooper #1.
Yeah. Like, how far have you got for actually being able to use one of your primary abilities for your class? That's kind of mad.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, yeah, there's been a couple of times. There's been a couple of times where we've been able to utilize it, but against like those shitty mechs, like the Loki ones or whatever, like that just have 0 health and just die immediately. There we go. Take that Geth on there. Yeah, when we're fighting the Geth, my AI hacking ability all of a sudden becomes great.
Impact shot.
Going back in, hopefully, because I think you're like a few minutes late.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Maybe? Oh no. Karl has been taken by the gas.
We need a core sample to get
Let me drop out the cold, Karl, and I'll see if that helps.
equipment keeps dying on us. Shepard once used a mining laser to clear some rubble back on
Hello?
Maybe I
Is that better?
Oh, that seems to have helped it.
What is this then?
What's what?
You just like restart the stream because I was like lagging by a few minutes.
I just like disconnected from our call instead of you disconnecting. So hopefully that's helped? Question mark.
That probably what it's like. I think like the call. Because we've been streaming it for so long.
I think we might still be
Yeah,
lying.
you can hear me.
I think it's still getting laggy.
Doesn't seem like you can.
I can hear you, but it seems like we're still delayed. Oh no, the Prime is in.
Like, is this better?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just on my phone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be on my phone. So I can watch the stream on my phone, so I'll do that.
Cool. Yeah, no worries,
And I've
Shadow.
just made a report to Discord of like, it was lagging, this shit sucks.
Yeah, it was like, if I can hear you, you were just like really delayed. Yeah,
Which I don't like being delayed.
It's just
I don't
gone
think we
past
have
midnight
enough.
for us, yeah.
There must be more demo charges
Just a
around here.
tap.
Okay.
Hostile!
See if I finish real well now.
We all know that your PC just got like taken over by the Games Workshop overlords. It's okay.
I'm watching it on my laptop and it's a pretty decent one. I think it's just Discord after a while of like streaming. Must have like, you know, that's like every frame it drops over like an hour and 40 drop frame. It must have
No.
Good look, the stream is like a square and all I can see is like the game. Great. They'll see you are reacting to the screen, it's like just the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you completely cut off. It's like, fuck yeah.
Thanks.
I don't mean like that, I mean just like...
No, I mean thanks Twitch, like, just being like, oh yeah, we display 80% of your stream all of the time.
No, I mean like because I'm watching it on Discord, you're still streaming on Discord on my phone.
Oh, Discord, like, right, okay. It's fine, you don't need to be able to. You know what I look like.
I know what you look like. I know you look like Mass Effect.
Going here. This one. When it's like, oh, here's a demo charge, like med station, power cells. Yeah, we've probably gone the right way.
There's probably a boss fight coming up.
I am the boss fight, Karl.
We're taking too much fire. If we head to the
Go on, we
left,
talk about
we can
Undertale. Oh yeah. Because I love video games like you're the boss fight.
Oh, we can't hack a Geth Destroyer. Oh my god. No.
See, you know as well, in when they were making, they get a hacker Death Destroyer. That might be too powerful. Anyway, what's that weapon called? Black hole generator.
You still sound very robot-y.
Look, I'm on my phone.
Concussive shot ready.
We're trying, folks. We're doing our
Where's
best.
my MacBook to my iPhone?
Yeah, right on your ass.
God.
So I will try my best to just speak slowly and enunciate clearly.
Just
Send it to the sky.
oh god, we might want to move. Do want to move? I don't want to be blown up. Be alright. That's the thing is, like, it's weird that it doesn't seem to be that problem because all was fine for like an hour and a half. But like, it's things of like the inconsistencies with Discord that we have even today.
Yeah, it's the inconsistency that's the issue.
Fly fast. Goodies we get.
Quarian architecture. There's two words you don't expect to hear together.
Why do we care? Anyone choosing to come here should be on their own.
Fucking hell.
Right, Gron. I see that you know the spirit that actually lives on through our our Krogan teammate. I feel like, you know, every now and again I go back and look at that video, we talk about that. The amount of people who are defending Ashley, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, she's not racist, she just only cares about humans. Like, and what would that be called?
Spacist.
Only there's a word for that. She only cares about a specific group.
Yeah, it's wild to me that people would say that, like, she's just completely, definitely not racist in any way. After, like, she immediately shoots Rex in the back of the head. And just like, well, we can't trust Krogans.
It's like, it's not her fault. She had a bad experience with some aliens. It's like, that sounds like racism to me. I had a bad experience with one member of this outside group and judge all of them by the same, had them all with the same brush. If only there was a word for this.
As not a minority, I also fucking hate Ashley. He's just like, yeah, but people try, when we sit there and like, no, she's a fucking spacist asshole. And everyone's like, well, she's not that bad. Like, when you get to know her, she's okay, though. Or she's not actually spacist at all. And it's like, no, she fully well is. I mean, like, that's the...
Tally, it's Shepard.
That's your only option when you're fighting Taurians, is fucking surrender.
It still absolutely cracks me up that it is official Mass Effect canon that the humans encounter the Taurians, immediately declared war, got their ass like blown out by the Taurian army, and then are still salty about it 200 years later. Like, you got your ass handed to you by a superior military force, deal with it.
Yeah.
And the Taurians aren't bothered about it because they don't give a shit. Humans hundreds of years later, like, I can't believe the Taurians were such dickheads. Like, you attacked them first and lost.
You know what it reminds me of? Like, not in the attacking first situation, but more like that they don't give a shit and the humans can't let it go. It's like when English people talk about Germans.
Oh yeah, when like Germany lost like World War II and football, and they just don't give a shit because our culture has moved on past World War II.
Like, every time there's a football match where it's England versus Germany, England are like, yeah, but they're our rivals, right? And the Germans are like, what the fuck are you on about? We don't give a shit when we play you. Like, what?
Yeah.
And it's just baffling to them of like, what the fuck are you on about? We're not rivals. And the English are all like, oh, we've got to beat Germany. That's the one match that's more important than anything else. And the Germans just don't care.
And then when Germany brings up, it's like, well, we beat you in that one World Cup, and then Germany's like, we've won like two.
The door against the gap, and the
Like, but we won the World War, and it's like, okay, cool. Is that like you didn't?
Yeah.
I think like there's Hennings then when he has a bit about it. I don't get why she's a German Canadian. I don't get why old people they talk about having like fought in World War II. When you look at them, they're 60 at the most, which means they would have been a child. So they didn't fight in the war; they were trained on these.
I mean, nowadays they wouldn't have even been a child. Like they wouldn't have there would have been a glint in their parents' eye if they're still 60 now.
But I just love how because he's a German comedian, whenever he says a joke about England, people don't like it. They go, we beat you in the war. He goes, well, you didn't. And you're sat here drinking a pint in a Wetherspoons at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so chances are you want to fought in the war.
The drones can hide!
Yeah, it is baffling to think we're now at that point where, like, pretty much every person that ever experienced war in World War II is dead. Pretty much everyone that experienced, like, World War II in general is probably dead, but like people who are actually old enough to fight, like there must be like maybe only a couple of them left, if at all.
Luke, have you been to a Wetherspoons?
Like all of them fought in the war, I'm aware. I'm sure there's still like a you know a not insignificant portion of the world that like were children. Especially young children, but like any actual participant, there must be like only a couple of people left.
Scratch one, snipe that one. There we go. One less to worry about.
Well, it's like
scoped and dropped. There we
apparently
go.
there's like another like you know classic tale of like I'm not being no one's talking about me, so I'm gonna go on like horrible rants online, and just like another footballer going off the rails and like telling Germany that they shouldn't be like looking into their history and all this because they like called him an asshole, and it's like, are you aware of our history as a country? Like, mate, come on.
Never There we go.
Like, we're really gonna play that card of like, oh, look at what you guys did in the past. It's like, yes, we are the most like literal evil country to ever fucking exist. We have like the most horrific history of all. Fuck yeah, Willem Dafoe got Hollywood Star of Fame. That's one actor where I'm like, how the fuck has that not already happened?
The weird part is though, is that you have to like pay for that.
Oh, do you? Yeah, right. I imagine anyone that's offered, it's like a good enough PR stunt to like make it worth your money. It's like, it is probably just worth having on like your fucking, you know, CV as an actor. I am on the Hollywood Hall, like, Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
They're gone. The sun isn't, I can tell you that. I think the Geth are, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see many mentions of the Walk of Fame anymore, for sure, but I don't know if that's just because, like, I'm very much a person that stays out of, like, any kind of, you know, celebrity gossip areas of life.
I tried to do that, it's just not worth it.
Like, you know, I hear enough of it through, like, just osmosis of having conversations with other people, but I don't ever actively look that shit up.
This is why I follow you, Shepard. Big things.
I mean, that's... Like,
watch right!
Maybe true, but, you know... I haven't seen it in many movies, but then there was a whole movie dedicated to just sucking off Hollywood in La La Land. So it's definitely not completely gone.
Shot.
Squad Leader Karl Rieger, Migrant Fleet Marines. We talked on the radio before that dropship arrived.
It's like, you know...
I still got no idea why you're
Seen
here.
Krogan soldiers is weird. Not Krogan, Quarian soldiers.
Tally's inside over there. The Geth killed the rest of my squad, and they're trying to get to her. The best I've been able to do is draw their attention.
This might be why you don't see many Quarian soldiers, though, because I feel like every time we've encountered them so far, it's like, we're all dead apart from two of us.
Do you think they'd like do more to avoid fighting, given how shit they seem to be at it?
And just the fact that, like, surely just one breakage in that helmet is instant death.
Well, they're not even on the helmet, just anywhere on the suit.
Yeah, true, because as soon as any, like... Yeah, there you go. Like, I mean... So, you can punch a shot clean through my suit. So I guess, like, a suit, you know, can take some level of damage. Because he's not dead. But, yeah, the fact that, like, if your helmet broke, it's like, well, now you're just breathing unbreathable atmosphere.
Keep pushing it in, it's like, try it. Like, air's super good, it's great.
Got any ideas?
Just one.
I just flex all the Quarians, like, look how easy this shit is.
I got a rocket launcher that the sun hasn't fried yet. You move in close. I'll keep the Colossus busy. Maybe even drop its shields. With luck, you'll be able to finish it off.
Well, we are in Renegade mode right now. It's like, you know what? Yeah, your backup sounds essential to the mission.
Yeah.
Good luck, Rieger. Let's go shoot some Geth.
It's still no one from last time with that, just a high Volus.
The Volus was great.
I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you go in first, mate.
Time to fight.
Do you get your help?
Put them down.
You got a shot on that Colossus?
Yeah. He helps more than the Volus does. I mean, we are playing Renegade Run right now. Like, that's what the screen tells me to do. That's what chat's decided is we're playing Renegade. So
I can't imagine though. It's like very like, you know, nice to be told, hey, Yeah, you're a professional soldier, but I'm better than you.
Like, yeah, I know that you're, like, volunteering your services as a soldier, and that you're, like, you know, meant to be a specialist that's here helping the mission, but I think you're so shit that it's worth you just getting out of here.
Yeah, let me do it.
You know what? It's time.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to have a black hole on?
Gotcha.
Because I do.
Watch out, piece of crap's repairing itself.
Oh no.
Get your ass up there, Shepard. Can't keep it down forever.
Oh, but I'm frying in the sun. Give me a minute.
Grab cover. It's coming back online.
He's not very good at this, is he? He's all Karl Rieger.
Oh. Oh god.
Grab cover. It's coming back online.
The fuck is this Colossus? Like, what upgrade do they give this thing?
This one Colossus.
Here's the thing, if you had, like, an acid round shotgun from the first game, this thing would be down.
Immediately.
Impact shot.
Like, that's one of those things of missions and enemies like this are so much easier when you can get the upgrades of, like, the incendiary rounds for the squad instead of just for run.
So you can all just, like, focus fire on it and just absolutely annihilate it.
You don't have to sit there and wait for your incendiary shot to come back, like, over and over again. It's just, no, guess what? You can all fire incendiary rounds together. You did alright though, Rhaegar, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think he died.
Yeah, he did get his ass kicked. I thought he was going to die immediately. So he's going to, like, the Volus all over again.
Yeah, no problem, Shadow. Thank you for joining, as always. Hope you have a good night. Get some rest. You'll just in time to see us definitely recruit talent.
If not for you, I would never have made it out of this room. This whole mission has been a disaster. I wish I'd joined you back on Freedom's Progress.
I respect it though, like,
he's
he's like, Shepard, I would like to join your mission, but I've got fucking shit to do. You've been dead. Let me get on with my own mission. And it's like, now that she's completed a mission, it's like, yeah, okay. Now I can join you.
Whatever the reason, I'm glad I could help. Once you deliver that data, I could use you on the Normandy.
I promised to see this mission through. I did. I can leave with you and send the data to
There you
the
go.
fleet.
It's like, she's like, job
And
done
if the
now.
admirals have a problem with it, they can go to hell. I just watched the rest of my team die.
Presumably for like the 8th time.
Yeah, your team doesn't seem to do well, Tally. I think there's like there's a trend I'm noticing.
The thing is though, there's a trend I'm also noticing is that Tally stays alive every fucking time. I like Tally's with me now, bitch.
Tally's coming with me. I hope that's not a problem.
Not as long as it's her choice.
It is. Thank you, Rieger.
I'll pass the data to the Admiralty Board and let them know what happened. She's all yours now, Shepard. Keep her safe.
Fair play to this guy that actually managed to stay alive through all that.
She's done a half-decent job, I suppose.
I mean, she got the mission done.
Not well, but she gave it a go.
No, she got the job done well. No one else did, though. Like, you can't blame her for the fact that everyone else, like, got shot.
I guess it is, like, they all died.
We're looking
She
forward to
didn't.
having you on the team. Your engineering expertise will really benefit the mission.
I don't know who you are, but Cerberus threatened the security of the migrant fleet. Don't make nice.
You know what? Yeah, I agree, Tally. Fuck you, Jacob. Every time he comes in with a shitty attitude.
He's just
no,
not
to
great,
be fair,
is he?
he was actually nice that time. But fuck Jacob.
That's why you're here, Tally. I need people who aren't Cerberus. People I can trust.
I wasn't part of what happened to the migrant fleet, but I understand
But
your
you still work for them, dipshit. How do you work together?
I assumed that you were undercover, Shepard. Maybe even planning to blow Cerberus up. If that's the case, I'll loan you a grenade. Otherwise, I'm here for you, not for them.
If it
Yeah,
helps,
feel free to
check
study
out
your
the
ship.
Normandy while you're
Yeah.
here. We've gotten a few upgrades.
I'll get Talizora the necessary security.
Jacob is the worst. We put him on the team once because we were like, we haven't even given him a chance, and then he just came in with the shittiest attitude and was a
I'll
knobhead.
be in engineering if you need me.
Say, hey, look, it wasn't me who did it, but it was the people that I work for, and like, you know, fully support the messaging of. Oh, look at Tally's like, wait, you got an AI on this shit? And he's like, yeah, it's real good. We built one. How'd that go for you? Because I think Tally would be like, AI cannot be trusted. It's like, well, maybe when you guys build it.
I'm sure Cerberus AI is fine, right?
It's like yours went immediately rogue because you didn't ask it, you didn't respect its personhood.
I mean, that is true.
Never forget the only reason the guest started a fight is because the Quarians were scared of the fact that it started to display sentience, and rather than acknowledge it as a sentient race worthy of existence, it tried to genocide it, and the guest kicked their ass.
Mm-hmm. And then as well, on top of that, when the Geth are just like, okay, let's call it a day, the Quarians are like, how about no? How about we double down?
It's just another example, they got their ass handed to them in open combat with the Geth, and then blamed it, and then are still salty about it. It's like, well, you started it and we won.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it our fault that you got your ass kicked in a war that you started?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done all these weapon upgrades. I should have probably been keeping up with this.
Morty's looking at you like, man, I've got a lot of work to do. And all night, he's just pouring himself a big cup of coffee.
Please, get on all of this research now.
He's going into the restaurant and it's 50 cheeseburgers. And fuck's sake, mate, you couldn't pick the worst time.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to get the ship enhancement that restores our face yet.
No, mate, you gotta keep your ugly face. Make you look distinguished. Make you look really distinguished and cool.
You know what? I'm gonna retrain my powers to put all my points into slam.
Do it.
I really like it to just be able to absolutely fuck things up with slam.
And AI hacking's not really getting the job done.
Which one do we get? Do we do the full damage one, or do we just do the one that leaves enemies crippled afterwards?
Go for the crippled one because it's funnier.
Cool. 8 seconds of cripple duration afterwards. Why not? Just all in AI hacking and crippling slam. Even though AI hacking has been useless to us, it's when I want, when I actually use it, I want it to be really effective.
Yep.
Rather than just kind of eh.
I had a wonderful chat with your friend Tally. She's not what I expected from her psych
Jesus
report.
Christ.
I like her.
Say the quiet part out loud of just, oh, she's not what I expected from her psych report because I like her. Yep. Oh, so you thought she was an asshole?
Well, to be fair, a psych report probably says incredibly distrustful of other people.
Hates ED, hasn't spoke to the AI yet, automatically hates it.
Yeah, so keep in mind a psych profile is written by Cerberus. Probably read it, so incredibly distrustful of all, and Tally probably walked up and went, hey, what's up?
It's doesn't like Cerberus, doesn't like AI, and the Cerberus report is fuck Tally.
Tally's a good friend. We've been through a lot together.
Quarians are so fascinating to me, but they also make me a little sad.
Why?
Why do they make you sad?
Their environment suits are so beautiful, but with their immune systems, they're trapped inside. I wonder what they look like under those helmets, or what their skin feels like under
Apparently
those
just a normal blonde lady.
Here's the thing, imagine this conversation about a woman wearing a burqa.
I mean, the last part, yeah, but the first sentence of oh, I feel really sorry for them because they're trapped in their environment suits.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. But when it's like, I wonder what they look like under those helmets.
It's none of your fucking business.
And I get that obviously it's for survival purposes, not for like any kind of moral or religious reasons or anything when it comes to the Quarians.
Although it does become that, they mention that in like the Quarian thing, like some Quarians see it as like an aspect of their culture that should be celebrated, so they decorate them and adorn them with like language from their homeland and stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So it's not really pseudo-religious.
Well, part of my job is predicting the motives and feelings of humans and aliens. Intimacy brings understanding. And
That's a yes.
passion is nice wherever you find it. Character matters, not race or gender.
Still, this is what Ashley should have been like.
Yeah, exactly. The anti-Ashley tech coming in from Kelly. And
doesn't she, like the third game, get a proper like glow up?
I don't know.
Like, doesn't she come back and she's got like a proper glow up where she's got like a new haircut and stuff?
I don't remember because the last time I played this game, she didn't survive.
Oh no, Yeoman Chambers.
But yeah, to clarify, when I mentioned earlier about going through the audio for all of this, I did reload the save so that we haven't gone through like every conversation with Kelly. So when I said earlier, like she basically propositioned me of like a bit of a flirt, it's like I have technically gone back to before that happened with her.
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Garrus received some news that put fire in his eyes.
Yes,
Maybe you should
Garrus.
speak with him down in the main battery.
Garrus has
Anything
got
else,
some
Commander?
fire in his eyes. Let's go.
I'll be here if you need it. Commander, you've
Big
received
excited.
a message at your private terminal.
An important request. Is it that important a request when it starts with "Dear Sir" or "Madam"?
It's like, learn what my name is and then we'll talk. It's like when I get like
message me like I need help, Commander Shepard. Jesus Christ.
It's like my favourite is when I get like the spam emails of like, hello, Fact Fiend, would you like to work with our product? Like, fuck off.
The amount of emails I get that are like, hi, Karl. I'm like, this email isn't even listed on the Fact Fiend site. Why are you messaging me?
I'll still not forget when I had like brief contact with another actual YouTuber, and they were like, "Oh, can I promote like some work that I've done?" I'm like, sure. What are you gonna pay? I'm like, well, I was thinking like $50. And when I'm gonna be honest, like that seems a little low because we've got to put a lot of time into making the whole video. It's like, oh, I didn't realize I was sponsoring the whole video. I thought like it was just paying for like that 30 seconds of production.
Right.
And, and they were another content creator who makes videos and gets sponsorships, and they're like, what?
Oh my word. And Karl, I do want to read this email though.
Read it.
An important request. Dear Sir, Madam, having consulted with my colleagues at the Citadel, I have the privilege to request for your assistance to transfer a large quantity of Prothean technology uncovered at Hylos. Believing these materials to be a hazardous danger, they were locked in quarantine. Even though the tests revealed that the fears were groundless, the quarantine remains in effect until one can pay for a permit to request a reclassification from the Cultural Ministry. Knowing of your interest in Prothean technology, I would be happy to deliver most of it into your hands, keeping less than half for myself. As a Batarian, I cannot engage in Council official activities, but if you transfer me the 20,000 credits required to me, this exchange could be made in your name, enabling us both to profit from this happy accident. Please reply urgently with your credit transfer account information.
You can't. The thing is, though, it's gonna get worse.
It's like
we've got.
I love the fact that you just put that in the game of like, oh yeah, if you pay me the measly 20,000 credits and give me access to your accounting information, then you can have all this technology for your own. Oh no.
Have you seen like a open
I was gonna say, we just press the like lose all our credits button. Like, okay.
Let's not press the lose all our credits button.
It's thankfully not an option because I'm sure like some people who don't read anything would just spam through and lose a bunch of credits.
Which is funny, to be fair, because that's how they get you in real life.
Yeah.
Not very meta, but man, that's going to get worse, because have you seen, it's like, oh, Duolingo have just like fired a bunch of their writers and just hiring AI to translate languages now.
Oh, god damn it.
Great, and then they had like Just Eat is replacing pictures, even though they use like stock images of the pizza with like AI generated images of the food.
Like, that's the thing, is every single takeaway that's like one of those just, cheap takeaways you go to at 2 a.m. from Just Eat, they all use the same pictures of the same fucking fake food anyway.
Yeah.
What's the point in replacing it with AI shit? It basically might as well be that anyway.
So we're going to make it work, because Lucas is slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
It's ever so slightly cheap, and there's a court case ongoing where like the person in charge of like Chat GBT is like, hey, yeah, we should like be exempt from copyright rules because there's so much copyright that we've infringed we would never be able to track it all. It's like, no, get fucked. Get fucked, bro. Everyone's gonna get that fee.
They also have like a list of like I think it was like 20 or 50 pages of Google documents of like, oh, here's all of the people that we've cribbed, like, oh no, maybe that was like Midjourney or something.
That was Midjourney, yeah.
Yeah, of like, we couldn't ever track all of the artists we'd taken, like, work, learn our AI, like, training on and stuff. And it's like, you literally have a Google Doc of, like, every single artist you've stolen from.
Yeah, and so you can specifically, like, train it on their individual style.
Yeah, we were talking about the Magic the Gathering thing earlier. Oh, we didn't expect to be caught. We're sorry.
The annoying thing is, as well, weird assholes don't care.
Have you got time to talk?
And it's the same kind of people who are like, they shit on the idea of like someone doing art for a living. I'm like, oh, anyone could do that. It's like, okay, you go do it. Well, I can press the button and make it. It's like, well, it's copied on my stuff.
Take out the actual artist's copyrighted material and then use your AI and see what happens. Like, well, no, we need other people's work to like base the AI off. It's like, oh, so you mean you wouldn't be anything without like millions of pieces of artwork created by actual artists? Got it. You'd be nothing without them. Cool.
I still love all those ones where it's like people get fired and they still have access to all their work stuff. They just delete their entire profile and get like the panic call like a week later. Just need to get all the scheduling for the next couple of months. Like, I did.
It's a matter of luck.
What? Well, I deleted it. Why? What is copyright? Intellectual property belongs to you that I'm no longer in part of. Well, can you get it back? No. Pay me. I'll come back and fix it if you pay me. Well, we're not going to do that. Good luck.
Yeah.
And like, it's a fascinating thing that you just know in their head they're doing the calculation of how do we get you to come back and do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't comprehend the idea of actually paying you for it.
Yeah, because why would you pay people for work? A weird thing.
Any news yet on the data you sent?
I'm not likely to hear anything for a while, or on an unsecured channel for that matter.
Tell me about the fleet's Admiralty Board.
It's one of two major political powers among my people. The admirals make decisions related to defense or needing immediate action. They also handle major criminal charges, like treason. The other political power is the Conclave, a group of representatives from each ship. They make most of our laws and fleet decisions.
Having any trouble settling back in on the Normandy?
I like the quiet. I miss the old faces, though. Presley, Engineer Adams, all of them.
It's fine. I'm sure all of them survived.
In charge of this ship. Are you sure working for them is the right thing to do?
Not really, no, but the game doesn't give you a choice.
Yeah. I'm
the game gave me a
choice. Like they're pulling the strings, Tally. I'm not working for them. They're working for me.
So you ordered the listening devices and tracking beacons that are all over this ship. I know you need resources.
Shepard's like,
what? Oh man, I watched this like great episode of like a show earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's one of those like Gordon Ramsay style shows, like people go into a failing business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this hotel, like the owner wants the person to come in and fix it, and they can't decide what's going wrong. In fact, they've got a manager who's working like 100-hour weeks, but the owner just sits on their computer at home watching them on CCTV, and every time they sit down or get a cup of coffee, they send them an email like, get back to work.
What
the owner's like, well, how do I improve staff morale?
What the fuck?
They can't figure out why staff morale's so low. Like, all my managers have commented that they're always really busy. Like, yeah, because every time they try and take a break, you yell at them.
Yeah.
So they've
Some
shown
tension back on
down
Freedom's
to
Progress, and again when you first came aboard.
customers.
What
Then you
happened
just feel
between
like,
Cerberus and the
oh, you know,
Quarians?
fuck's sake, and stand it so please bar. It's like, why are you paying your general manager to
Control a
please
young
bar?
human biotic who was on the fleet. I don't really know the details. I do know that Cerberus made an enemy of the Quarian people.
Don't worry, we don't trust them
Fully
either.
expect them to betray us at some point.
It's really insane this going a shit where they can hear what.
That, Shepard. Just let me know how I can.
But like, that's the one thing I do like about this is like,
thanks for coming.
You're in a position where you can't really do anything without Cerberus, but they also know that they have no other option than to like just do whatever the fuck. Like Shepard, like just let Shepard do whatever the fuck they want.
Whatever it is they're doing, it clearly works.
Yeah, it's like that like weird side of relationship. Both of them have all of the power and none of the power at the same time.
Yeah, they've got all the power, but if they ever try to call the other person, it'd be like mutually assured destruction.
It would be, yeah. It's like both of them are just quietly like playing chicken with one another. Of like, well, yeah, Cerberus, I've got like a bunch of tracking devices on me and shit, and like the elusive man can call me out all he wants, but I'm just gonna call him a knobhead straight to his face and say I don't trust Cerberus because he's got no other option.
Yeah, so we've both got way too much tied up in this.
It's like he's invested like 2 years and almost unlimited amounts of money in bringing me back from the dead. Like, what's he gonna do? Just like let me walk away?
Exactly.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I've got something.
It's like a work thing. It's like those managers
betrayed my team.
Who realise like, oh, I'm like, you know, more important to the business than the owner. Like, so I was like, I'm gonna go home. Like, no, you're gonna stay at work. It's like, no, I'm gonna go home. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fire me? Yeah, well, okay, good luck doing all your work next week. No, wait, what?
Yeah, it's why, like, you know, strikes and unionization works. Because, like, well, what are you going to do if we all walk out on you? Like, yeah, you might think you're the most important person, but if you haven't got anyone to do the actual fucking work, what are you going to do about it?
It's like all those like amazing things during the pandemic, wasn't it? Like, the shop shut, no one wants to work. It's like, pay them more.
Yeah.
What are you planning to
So,
do?
but how do we get people to come back to work, pay them more? Well, there must be a way we can get them back.
And then instead of like learning a lesson, what they did was like, we are now hiring 13-year-olds. That great, like, just, you know, 6 months where they decided, like, let's try and bring back child fucking labour instead of paying people.
Well, the children, they yearn for the mines.
They yearn for the mines. This is still one of, like, just the most top tier.
The children, they yearn for the mines.
Sure that's how you want to play it?
I'm sure. I don't need you to agree with me, but I'd like your help.
I agree with you on everything, Garrus.
Where do we find Faith?
No, that's the thing, is Garrus could be like, right, what we're going to do is we're going to nuke the Citadel, and I'd probably be on board.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Garrus is that meme where it's like, you let your cat sleep in your bed. It's like, I'd let my cat borrow my car. It's like, you agree with Garrus, I'd let him do anything.
Yeah.
Of course I agree with Garrus. He saved my life.
He's fucking Garrus.
I was watching, like, I think I was like researching something about, like, I don't know what I stumbled on. It was like someone talking about a soldier, like the most unrealistic part of like Captain America, and it's the part where they throw the grenade and Cap jumps on the grenade,
right?
And like there's a soldier breaking out. If that happened to me, and like you know someone did that, that guy immediately gets my respect forever. He never needs to question. I never question anything he ever did again. But the fact that the soldiers in the unit continue to be an asshole to him.
Yeah.
Like they said, this soldier says that the instant that happens, there should not be a single person there who questions his loyalty.
That's true.
Or his character. Instantly, they should all just fall in line.
Because, like, even though, you know, he's been treated like a pile of shit the entire time, he immediately risked his life for all of these dickheads.
Yeah, and then just the soldier breaks down. If someone ever did that to my unit, they would instantaneously, like, there would never be any question in my mind ever again.
Yeah,
that would like. And I thought it was a great like perspective on it of like, but those other guys still act like arseholes to him.
And it's like, it's almost as if, like, even if, you know, you were a bit of a dickhead and didn't like this guy beforehand, the moment in a situation like that where a soldier immediately risks their life for you without thought.
Without question.
Like, yeah, you immediately turn around on that man and trust them implicitly.
I just thought it was a really great perspective. I never considered that. Like, yeah, it is weird that like Tommy Lee Jones looks as we still skinny.
Mm-hmm.
But surely that's the kind of man you want. That kind of man.
Well, yeah, that's the point of that movie, isn't it? Of like,
yeah,
it's not about the person; it's about like the qualities of the man, not the body that they're in. But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. Of like, we've recruited Tally, we've got a couple more loyalty missions on the pegs. I think that's most of the people. Like we still got a few, so I think there's still like the newest recruits of like Tally, Thane, and Samara, who we don't have loyalty missions from yet.
We'll probably get them after do someone else's loyalty mission then.
Exactly, yeah.
As long as we don't go to like the main story thing, we won't like advance the story enough to like lose anything.
Yeah, so that's the thing that Karl and I like looked up to be like, when is the kind of point in the mission in the game where it goes into like phase 2 and you don't get as much freedom? And we looked up that mission, and we won't tell people what it is for the sake of spoilers, but we're making sure we do everything we can beforehand so that we can like do all the loyalty missions, see all the DLC, do as much as we can without being on a time pressure.
There's a certain point where you get to that and you still have access to the loyalty missions, but if you go do those loyalty missions, the ticking clock in the background might actively start costing you like party members.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't want to be doing that. Like, we want to be trying to get as much out of this playthrough as we can and hopefully keep as many party members alive as possible.
I still think we should do all the loyalty missions, then deliberately just like fuck it up.
Deliberately at the end, just let them all die. Just fuck it. It was truly a suicide mission.
Because like I think when it was, like, we were playing one of the Pokemon games once, where like we went all through the effort of catching a legendary, then immediately released it.
It's like just when Thane was like, yeah, you know what? A suicide mission sounds perfect for me, and then, you know, afterwards I get to die knowing that I die trying to save the universe, or at least the galaxy. And then, like, we get to a point in the game where we could save everybody. I'm like, yeah, but Thane, I think you need to stay behind anyway. Yeah. Like, this is what you wanted, right? Just let him die.
So we're going to tell Cerberus. If we're going to tell Cerberus to invest $8 billion reviving Ashley, to bring her back.
And then blow her up again.
Cerberus can do it. They've got the technology.
They do.
Bring her back to do it again.
Oh, God. You know, that should have been a DLC. Bring back Ashley to be able to blow her up again.
You bring back Rex.
Oh, no. Bring back them both so that Rex can shoot her in the back of the head.
How do you like it?
Oh, what a fucking bitch.
It's terrible.
Oh, but yeah, thank you for joining, everyone, and we will be back next Monday once again to continue the playthrough.
The Mass Effect of Mondays.
The Mass Effect of Mondays, indeed. So we'll probably be doing, like, some more loyalty missions from then on, and just
there's so many loyalty missions. Everyone's loyalty is
everyone's like, I need your loyalty right now. It's like, oh no, you're all asking at the same time.
It would be kind of nice if one of the characters like doesn't need a mission. It's like, you know what, I trust you.
No, Zaid, right? No, it's not. But like, it basically might as well be if like you do one 5-minute mission for him. He's like, yeah, all right.
Zaid is only there as like a buffer of like so we can send in someone we don't want Gareth to go. Like he's basically just like, you know, an insurance in case like you don't want to lose one character.
He's a merc. He's just doing it for the money. I respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all for joining. I hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are.
See you all next time.
Hell yeah.